Beyond Saltmarsh is a game played by adults and recorded for an adult audience. Sometimes we use adult language, explore adult topics. Consider yourself warned.
Hello. Hi. How's everybody doing tonight? Welcome to the Superior Adventures Guild. My name's Dave, your humble dungeon master. We're going to dive back into another episode, another session, another game session of Beyond Saltmarsh, and I am so excited because, as you all know, I get to play this game with some of the best people that I've ever known. My good buddies, my friends. Let's say hello to the team here. Hi, guys. How's everybody doing?
Hello.
What is
Hello.
What's up?
We made it. We're here. We're live. We're on Twitch. We're going to play some Dungeons and Dragons. Before we do that, we've got a bunch to get through here. We've got a lot of announcements. We've got a lot of good stuff going on. Let's do a quick round of introductions, starting with Kirk. Kirk, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself to the group? Tell them who you're playing, and if you have anything else you want to promote, feel free to do that as well.
All right. Hello, everyone. I'm Kirk. I'm playing Byron Hern, the rogue of the Deg Gang. I am the reason we got kicked out of Saltmarsh, the reason we can't go back to Monmurg. I probably did something in Cybrid Island I wasn't supposed to, but I don't remember.
I think that involved the Portmaster. Reason we can't have these things.
Yeah, well, I mean, we can have nice things. We can't tell anybody about them because they'll want them back.
Yeah, they definitely originated as someone else's nice thing beforehand. That makes sense. Thanks, Kirk. Chad,
no problem.
Say hello to everyone.
Hello, it's me, Chad. I would say that Kirk is the reason that we have nice things as well. Yeah. Hey, it's me. I'm here playing Tenoch Knucklebones, everyone's favorite jungle originating halfling divination wizard who, like my previous character, I have a thing for punching people in the genitals.
Oh,
because he'll do it. I take that back. I don't know if Tenoch's actually done that.
I don't think Tenoch's done that.
Yeah.
Aaron killed someone with that.
Although, to be fair, Aaron did that enough for like 6 characters. So
that's true.
I'm excited to be here. Should I talk about a promotion thing? Or
sure, promote your stuff, whatever you got. Go ahead.
Yeah. Hey, I wrote an adventure and published it on DriveThruRPG.com. It's called Kind of Dark Revelry. It's a little one-shot, sort of kind of a quick, fast-paced, kind of Fey-oriented adventure that I'm really proud of. You can purchase it. It's $3. There's a lot of cool stuff in it. Hopefully, it will be a part of a bundle that DriveThru is putting together to help raise money for relief for the tornadoes in Kentucky. But none of that's like set in stone yet. I just filled out a form that said, "Hey, I would like to be a part of this because this is important to me." So
because I'm a good person.
Look out for that. Yeah, that's all I got. Hello, thank you.
Thanks, Chad. Let's move on to Ashley. Ashley, please introduce yourself.
Hey, everybody. I am Ashley. I'm Minnesota Muse on Twitch. And I am playing for you tonight, Feyre Evenstar. And I am a 9th level College of Glamour bard. And she's very girly. I'm also on the Thursday night broadcast with a lot of these same guys. So come by and see us also on Thursday.
Thanks, Ashley. Glad that you're with us on Wednesdays as well. Let's move over to Michael.
Oh, God. Hello. My name is Michael. I am playing this evening Theodoric the Lessus, who everyone just calls Theo because everything I just said was a mouthful. I enjoy long walks on the beach and daiquiris in the moonlight. Theo shockingly also enjoys all those, and is a character who is split between his urge for love of the sea and good times and freedom, and the urge to do good and smite demons. So he's a complex, confused boy every now and then. Most of the time, though, he just talks a lot of shit and tries to keep Byron out of the wrong amount of trouble, and then making sure he commits the right amount of trouble for us. I also am in said Thursday night game. I will also be entertaining there, I promise. If not, someone will yell at me. They're shock collars you can't see. They're on our ankles. And if we're not funny,
It's terrible.
but that's okay. That's the price we pay for our art. That's all got.
Wow. I love it. Andy.
Wow.
Last but not least.
Hey, what's up, everybody? My name is Andy. I am Andy G3D here on Twitch. I am playing Rhunar Deg, the 9th level
Rhunar Deg,
dual sword wielding Battlemaster fighter. He's got maneuvers, and captain of the Good Buddy, our ship that we are currently on. And yeah,
we have a ship.
That's it.
We do. Thanks, guys. So great to be here again. I'm Dave. Thanks for being here. It looks like Silver Red Fox Gaming is here. Darth Surrealish, Kai Whimsy, North Shore DM. Oh, we're all here. Eversalt. Hey, how's it going? Glad you're here. A couple of quick announcements. We are doing something pretty cool. I think it's pretty cool. We are doing our best to help out folks who have been devastated by the tornadoes last weekend down in sort of the central part of the country. If you are so inclined and you have the capability, we set up a Tiltify campaign that would be awesome if you could find it in your heart to help some of these folks out. So I'm going to drop the link here in the chat. Check it out.
Part of your body that you can find it in. We're not picky. If it comes from the spleen or the kidneys, we accept all goodwill, no matter where it originates.
I mean, we're not collecting organ donations. That's a whole separate campaign. This is strictly monetary donations, but thank you, Michael. Love your passion, buddy. So please check it out. We'll drop that link in the chat periodically for folks. I think we're shooting for $120, pretty modest, but it's something that we can do. So thanks for that. Let's see what else. Always a reminder that Thursday night, we've already talked about it, but we do have our midwinter keening, so don't forget to check that out tomorrow. And also want to give a big shout out to our Wednesday night campaign sponsors at CZRPG. Guys, thank you so much for sponsoring our stream, providing us with detail or with giveaways to give to folks. We really appreciate it. You guys are doing great stuff tonight. Actually, let's go over here. We've got a new screen for this. We are doing a giveaway tonight. It's called Countess von Zarovich. And thanks to Christian and his team for putting this out. It was written by Gija and Kathleen Harrington, and Christian did the production on it. It looks amazing. It's a 62-page PDF. New NPCs. This is all for the Curse of Strahd campaign, but giving it a little bit of a twist. We were just talking about this before the stream started, how there's all these sort of masculine, it's kind of a male-dominated pantheon of bad guys and other kind of key characters within the world of Dungeons & Dragons and a lot of other RPGs too. This is going to flip that on the head. There's a really cool alternative Tatiana Strahd backstory, new biography that was developed for Countess Strahd, new encounters, micro events, a bunch of really cool stuff. Some new maps, of course, because they're always really into the maps. So we'll be giving that away at some point here, or at the end, I guess, of the stream. I'm a little frazzled because our Stream Elements chat commands are not working, so I'm having to do it manually. But that is how it goes sometimes. We've got the gremlins. Let's see, other announcements. Andy, you've got an announcement, don't you?
Actually, I also have a reminder for everybody. Don't forget to wear clothes. Get your shirts. In fact, we can help you with that. We got shirts. We got sweatshirts. We got totes. You could wear it. You could cut a couple leg holes in a tote and just pull it up over your pull it open. And then we have masks. We got wall art, coffee mugs. I'm not sure how you could wear one of those, but it could be done.
A hat if your head is really small and pointy.
Right. We also have notebooks. You can't wear those.
We do?
I think so.
I think you're more likely to be able to wear the notebooks than the mugs.
That's a good point. If you, I didn't even mention this, Andy. Thank you for that. I didn't mention this. If you want to enter to win this beautiful Countess von Zarovich, please just type !drawing into the chat, and it should work. Kirk, give it a try. Let's see if it works. Oh, Chad did it. It looks great. It's working. We've got something that's working. It's great. My brain is about half working right now. But that's not going to stop me because I've got something else that I really am excited to showcase. And oh my God, it's going to be so good.
I just want to see it. In full
I know.
size. Show me in full size.
All right. So we, with the help of great folks in the chat, the bits that you cheer to help influence the game and all that kind of good stuff, we turned around and used that some of that money to commission some new artwork, some custom artwork from our dear friend Bravo, Cassandra, who is a fantastic artist. I'm sort of stalling because I'm looking for the link. There it is. You got to check out her stuff. She does take commissions. It's absolutely fantastic. You can find her on Twitter with the link that I've got there. But here's, I want to go through these. These are so cool. There we go. So let's drop this. First off, we're going to bring up Rhunar.
Rhunar fucking Deg.
Look at this guy.
Rhunar.
Captain of the Good Buddy.
Hey, there he is.
Such a badass.
Perpetual 5 o'clock shadow.
We got, he actually does.
Yeah.
So good.
Look at that.
Every time I look at these, there's more detail that I didn't notice the first time. But really happy. Bravo. Thanks for doing this for us. We really appreciate it. I asked the gang here to come up with some quotes to put on to this little panel so we could kind of get a little vibe, get their vibe going. But there's Rhunar. That's a nice weapon you got there. I don't have one of those yet.
Yeah. He's got a
Pretty awesome.
Yeah. A bit of a thing for taking weapons off
Definitely a thing.
dead
Now,
adversaries.
feast your eyes on this beautiful, beautiful character, Theoderic. Wow.
I love the glow on this one.
Yeah.
I just
It's
love that he's
so
the prettiest
good.
one here, and that's all
Oh,
that matters.
yeah.
Look at that hair. Flowing, beautiful,
Yeah.
thick.
You know, it kind of looks like Robbie Damon.
Oh God, it does.
It really
and that's
does,
not.
actually.
That is very accurate to
That's
kind of
not
what
bad.
I had in my mind.
And
Yeah.
that's not a bad thing.
No, that's beautiful.
I love the glow on that sword though. It's so good.
Oh,
For
It
real.
is. That's. I did not know what Calistinum looked like in my mind clearly until I saw this, and I'm like, "Yep, yeah."
Yeah, that's pretty amazing. Oh, so good. All right, so then we'll move on to Byron Hern, everybody.
Dr.
Byron
McKillingutty
Hern.
himself.
Yep. Oh,
Have a
so
monkey.
good. Yeah, your little baboon Chuck is there on your shoulder, which is a really cool detail.
Mhm.
Oh, nice.
I love that he looks mean. He looks angry.
Chuck
Byron
or
often
Byron?
sounds angry.
Chuck looks like he's ready to party. Actually, if you were to
Yep.
zoom in on him, he's got a big old grin on his face. Like this is
I
the best,
know.
best day he's ever lived. Oh my God. That's so good. Guys, follow my lead. That
I have
seems about
nightmares
right.
about that.
Yeah. All right. Here's a
Yeah.
beautiful,
It should-
beautiful piece
his
of
quote,
art.
His quote should have been, "Guys, I'll take watch."
Yeah. And then just Z.
Yo, yo.
It's easy. Yep.
You're
Tenoch Knucklebones, our
Ghostwise- so good.
Ghostwise halfling wizard.
Until I
So-
saw this, I never thought of him as having long hair. And then I saw that. I was like, it was the most
That's so
obvious thing in the
good.
world. Of course he has
Yeah.
great hair.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Dreads, just thick
Just-
dreads.
Yeah.
Pretty cool. And then that
So
tiger
good.
mask. So he's not a tiger. He does have well, you tell him, Chad, a little bit about the mask.
Yeah, he wears a mask. The mask is kind of his sacred object. It also happens to be the equivalent of a cloak of protection, but it's like his sacred, like spell casting, shaman, witchery object, or one of them anyway.
Yeah, it's pretty rad. I dance Mother Tiger's dream and strike with her claw.
Love the little fucking tattoos.
Yep.
So good.
Pretty rad. And then last but not least, our newest character, Feyre. There she is. Like whiskey in a teacup. Pretty awesome.
Isn't that how everybody drinks their whiskey?
Should.
I like to drink my whiskey out of a mustard cup. There's a specific brand of German mustard that comes in a cup-shaped thing, and so when you finish the mustard, you have a glass cup.
I just learned something. It wasn't Feyre related though, so we should go back to talking about Feyre.
We don't have much to talk about yet. We just met her. She's shrouded in mystery
and sass.
Yeah.
Don't forget sass. I think the art accurately catches the and sass.
That is
I had
a
2
resonant
weeks
loot
to come up with a character well enough to send it off to the artist.
Yeah, that's true.
It
was
worked.
a bit of a quick turnaround. I mean, it looks great.
My favorite part
Yeah.
about Feyre is that evidently she plays at the Grand Ole Opry. You can tell by the little
The frills on her gloves.
frills on her arms.
You didn't
She's
know
borrowing those from Dolly. She's borrowing those from
important
Dolly.
thing. She's
Yeah,
actually a warlock whose patron is Dolly Parton, and we bless her for this.
That is an
castle game
amazing
is
idea.
Yep.
Yeah, that is amazing.
I don't hate that.
Yeah, that's really,
Or is that
really
fringe?
good.
Is that considered fringe? I don't know.
Yeah,
my
fringe.
God.
Fringe.
or
Yeah.
frill.
Fringe
Yeah.
game is strong.
That's good.
Yeah.
And that
Yep.
is just a big fucking loot. That thing is
That's a
resonant as hell.
regular size loot.
Is that a
Well, whatever.
spirit-
Okay, it looks
spiritual
super
weapon?
big here.
The
spiritual
important
weapon
part is
loot?
all loots look dangerous.
Yeah, it's very dangerous. Oh my gosh. Well, thanks to Bravo for coming up with
Yeah.
some great art. We've updated our tokens for battle maps, and we'll be showing these from time to time. But check her stuff out. Link above in the chat. Not too far, you'll find it. And just a real quick reminder, guys, that if you are able, please consider helping out folks impacted by the tornadoes. Let's do this. Anybody who donates during the stream today. Thanks, Kirk. Anybody who donates during the stream today can designate an advantage to one of our players or the DM. Your choice. We'll monitor the Tiltify and then we'll add that in. So just let us know who you want that to go to. We really appreciate you helping us help other people. It feels good. It feels like the right thing to do. Any other announcements that we're forgetting? Anything, guys? It's a lot to go through tonight.
I don't think so.
Okay.
I'm not ready for my other announcement yet. So.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll come back to that then. One thing that we've never done before or promoted, which I think might be kind of cool. I don't know if anybody's ever done clips on Twitch. I never have. But if you're into clips and clip things, I don't know how it works. You'll figure it out. You guys, people who watch the show are a lot better at Twitch than I am. So we believe in you. All right.
Client.
All right, folks. What do you say we dive into a little bit of Dungeons and Dragons?
It's
about that time, I would say.
Let's do it.
All right.
Let's do it.
Let me give us a quick recap. A lot happened last week. In our last episode, the Deg Gang found themselves traveling the high seas in search of the ill-fated Lord's Trident, which they believed to carry the last remnants of Dr. Graz's mysterious and destructive Musengi plague. Instead, you found a small dinghy adrift and a passenger, a beautiful, albeit disheveled, half-elven woman who reluctantly brought aboard the ship, the Good Buddy. The woman, who introduced herself as Feyre, narrated a tragic story of a massive tentacled creature that destroyed the ship that she'd been traveling on, the Pearl of Fire. After a bit of questioning and discussion amongst the gang, Captain Deg decided to allow Freya to stay with Sails Sales begrudgingly accepting her new roommate situation, but Farah did what she could to settle in, casting Lehman's tiny hut in the cramped quarters, playing a bit of a lullaby, which lulled Sales to sleep. Tenoch, meanwhile, activating the magical tracking sphere, discovering that the companion beacon was actually aboard the Good Buddy. You, Theo, Rhunar, went and confronted Farah about the sphere with more questioning, how she came upon the beacon, who she was sailing with, whether or not they were pirates, etc. A lot of suspicion and a lot of questioning. Farah eventually gave the beacon over to you guys. The discussion turned to mapping the location where her ship was destroyed by the tentacled creature. And for a moment, you considered searching for the lost ship, backtracking towards Port Toli. Instead, you decide to continue your journey towards Narisban. Eventually, you returned to your respective quarters and slept. Over the next few days, the journey continued without incident. The new passenger, Farah, entertained herself and the crew with songs, and the melodies in your charisma, Farah, softened the once suspicious and unwelcoming crew. Their toes tapping, morale improving. Your music appeared to inspire them. Even the cook, Emil, produced a more delicious food for the crew. But none of this, of course, went unnoticed by Captain Deg. Finding yourself in a moment of privacy, Farah, you sent a magical message to someone named Cricket to reassure him of your safety. They responded with love, relief, and a sense of loneliness, asking you to return home. In a similar fashion, Tenoch made contact with Nadar Kimbatul, your contact in the Mariconia Syndicate, filling him in on your discovery, the lost ship, the woman that you'd pulled from the sea. You sought a bit of guidance from Mother Tiger in terms of what lay ahead. Byron, you continued to research Dralian's journal, deciphering a few new entries, making some progress, information about Solana, Captain Solana's endeavors in Narisban, rumors of a damaged ship, rare spices, Dralian's continued investigation into the legends of the Amadio. Having made substantial progress in your research, you spent the rest of your time working on the ship and doing boatswainy type stuff. And then on one particular morning during the voyage, you heard a call from the crow's nest in the early morning, alerting you to a ship on the horizon. Polymorphing into an osprey, Farah investigated the ship as best you could and discovered that instead there were actually 3 ships, not one. And atop the mast of each, an unmistakable black flag with a white skull and crossbones flapping in the wind. With insight from Mother Tiger, you determined that these pirates would be upon you within days, and Rhunar searched the charts for a place to try and lose them. A small cluster of islands in Amadio Bay to the south seemed your best bet, and you made haste to reach them. So we're going to jump back into the adventure here. The islands appearing before you on the southern horizon. One large landmass and a number of smaller islands next to it. As you look behind you, you can see that there are still 3 ships that are bearing down on your position. My friends, what would you like to do now?
Is this like the day that they're gonna get to us, or is that still some days away?
They are bearing down on you. It seems like they are closing, and it could be very soon. Today, possibly the next day.
And is this the same day as when we spotted them?
No, it has been a number of days.
Okay.
That they have sort of been like gaining on you as you've been traveling, and getting closer each day.
I assume I have a map of this region.
Yes, you've already consulted that map previous to this. So you spotted the islands and identified that you were, going to try to dip into those islands to essentially lose them.
What do I know about these forts that are on the coastline?
You don't know anything about the forts.
But we do know they're Sea Prince held territories, right?
Roll a history check for me.
Oops, I had advantage on.
You always have advantage on. You're
17.
Rhunar Deg.
Yeah, you roll.
17. You know from possibly some of the research that you did prior to setting sail from Monmerg that these were at one time certainly held by the Sea Prince sort of power sphere, but you also know that things change, and this is pretty far away from the center of power for the Sea Princes. So you don't know the full answer to that question.
One would
Right.
note that as long as they don't like pirates, we're probably okay. Now, if they're run by the pirates, we're boned, though.
Yeah.
I don't have any real way of finding shoals or shallows to hide behind.
Hadn't we talked about doing that last week using some of those islands?
Mhm.
Right,
Yeah.
but I guess I'm saying that I don't have any way of finding out in a real way, like ahead of time. Like, yeah.
What are you trying to determine?
I was just perusing my spell list to look for ways to find out what's ahead.
Well, you did consult with Mother Tiger a couple of times.
I did.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna call all of you guys into my quarters.
They're very tight fit.
Yeah.
Secret meeting.
Secret meeting.
It's not really a secret that everyone knows.
Wait, am I invited this
Yeah.
time?
Do you
Yes, you
also
are.
mean Farah?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, finally.
You are a good luck charm.
We need to discuss what we're gonna do about these pirates.
I have an idea.
Is your idea kill them all?
How did you know?
Because it just seemed very you. I'm not necessarily against that idea. More importantly, we can't take them in an open fight because we are vastly outnumbered.
Yeah, that
Okay.
is an army bearing down on us.
So
We
here's
only
my
have-
crazy idea.
We only have one manga now, right?
You have a ballista.
We have
Or a
one ballista. Yeah.
rather.
Yep.
Not a mangonel.
I don't know about you guys, but I have been on a ship battle before, and a few of us survived on both sides. So 3 ships coming after our one ship gives me pause. I don't think we can fight our way out of this.
Okay, what if you put me in your bag of holding, swim over to their boat, drop me off in one of the boats, swim underneath the other boat, drill a hole in the bottom of it. I'll kill the captain on the boat that you drop me off, and then we sail back. We only have to fight one boat.
Well,
Can
do
we
not
get
think that
Bravo
is-
to redo his art as Charlie Sheen from Navy SEALs?
I don't think that's in the cards.
Kind of
Byron.
is.
I don't think that's going to work the way you think it's going to work.
And in order to do that, we have to get pretty close to them. And right
Yeah, but
now,
you can breathe water, and I'll just breathe the air in your bag of holding.
You can breathe water?
I in fact cannot breathe water, but I'm glad you think I have that magical power.
No, Rhunar can.
With his helmet. He has the fish head.
Yeah, I have a helmet that allows me to. breathe
Yeah, he's got
underwater.
gills on his helmet.
But, you know, swimming around in the open ocean isn't exactly without its hazards either. Even with a nice helmet.
Okay, it was just an idea.
I don't suppose we could find a way to make them talk to us for a little while first?
That is an option.
What
I
do you
think-
think we will accomplish doing that?
Byron is shocked.
Well, I am kind of good at persuading people without actually talking to them.
Have you ever dealt with pirates?
That's a lot of pirates.
Well, I mean, I can't, not a whole ship, but like, like the captain and maybe a couple others. I could probably convince to do whatever I want for about an hour.
And if I am familiar with what I think you're thinking of, at the end of the hour, do they suddenly realize things have happened and probably get very angry about it?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Good backup plan. I like that as a backup plan. I don't think we
and-
should lean into it as a
possibility,
main
but-
plan.
And if that gambit fails, then we're really close to 3 angry ships.
Yeah, I think we need to try to avoid them at all costs. And if that fails, we're going to have to figure out how to survive the encounter.
So we run. If running is not going to work, which I don't think it is, we've been going very fast, we need to probably work our way into one of these sets of islands or towards the shore so we can use that to keep from being surrounded.
Well, I'm thinking like a leeward side of the island, of an island. Not protected from the wind, but with an exit. Should we get cornered or?
What if we combine all of our plans together? She convinces one of the ships to fight for us. Then it's 2-on-2.
Oh.
Theo does the war crime, and then Rhunar, Tenoch, and I, we just do what we do. You dance Mother Tiger's Dream, and we wake up covered in blood again.
I think that's an intensely large number of variables that will probably not end well. I was gonna say.
Just put it this
We
way.
have a fire ballista too.
The Knoll camp, that was 1 boat. My encounter with Charlotte Volchek, that was 1 boat. This is 3.
Okay, but the last time just the 4 of us encountered 1 boat, it became our boat.
Right, but not all at once. You see what I'm saying? Like,
They're going to be ready
Not
for a
to
fight
mention-
and have boarding
not to
parties.
mention most of the crew will die. That's
Is there
That's
any
what
way
I'm
we can
concerned
find
about.
out what they want, just in case they don't want to just murder us?
well, they most likely want money.
Yep. We need an emissary. Can you fly over as an osprey and like seduce the captain of one of them, and then get him to come back to our ship, and then we'll have a hostage.
You keep thinking we can talk them into just doing whatever we want. We might be able to talk them into not murdering us, but that's probably the most we're going to be able to push them.
For 1 hour.
Okay.
We won't be able to get very far in 1 hour. I mean, they've been gaining on us for days. So
What if we tell them that we lost our dog?
I don't think that's gonna matter.
So, actual practical suggestions is trying to get to the leeward side of an isle.
If we try to hide,
Yeah, try to run and hide. If we can parlay, we try to parlay. If all of that fails, we pick a fight.
I could
As best we
polymorph 3 of us into something. If that would help. I don't know. I mean, I don't think we could evacuate the whole ship, or I don't know, tow the ship as 3 killer whales.
It could possibly get us onto one of the ships.
It could get us to one of the ships if we wanted to drop all of us off somewhere. But
That's
I'm not-
attacking.
Perhaps
I mean,
I like it.
I think we could harass one of the ships, but that's gonna just end up with all 3 of them coming after us.
Dave, are these 2-masted ships or 1 mast?
They are actually, well,
Or are they 3-masted? Because if they're 3-masted ships, we're fucked.
So I don't remember what the Osprey rolled for perception, but I do know that they were quite a ways away at that time. You did get the flag, so I'm gonna say that your best guess is that they're at least 2-masted.
can I, like, now that we're a little bit closer, can can we tell, is there a specific like pirate associated with the style of flag?
Oh, that's fantastic. That is
It's a historical
amazing
thing.
question.
Yeah, how would you know that as Freya? How would Freya know that? Like, what would you draw upon in her history or backstory for that?
Feyre would possibly know from the last 2 months.
Okay. Sure. I mean, you can go ahead and roll a history check. The DC is going to be pretty high for you,
Yeah,
but
history is
you could give it a try.
not the best, but you know what? It could happen, right?
You
Anything
never
can
know.
happen.
You never know. Oh, that's pretty good.
Well, a 24, I suppose.
You-
I think I've seen that before.
Yeah. You do recall that there are many different pirate sort of fleets or just naval fleets in this area. You have come into contact with some of them over the last 2 months, especially given sort of the area that you were operating in between, right in that Port Tolly area specifically, and then the Hook Peninsula, that northern end. You may have run into folks from a crew. You may have simply learned something from the crew that you were working with. But this is the symbol that is often flown by members of what's called the Denzak Squadron.
Oh.
It is an
All right.
organized fleet.
As
Do I-
Oh, go ahead.
What do I know about the Denzak Squadron? Nothing? I just...
No. You
I've heard it
recognize the
before.
symbol. You put the pieces together with a 19, with a roll of a 19 and a total of 24, but you don't know much about them.
Okay, not even like Denzak is the leader of a squadron, or is that a region?
You don't know.
Okay.
Theo has been a sailor for years in, out of Keeland, up and down the trade lanes. He might, I would say, could I at least roll to see if he's heard of the squadron once the name comes up?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Let's see what's what.
Yep.
What?
I think that's the Denzak Squadron.
And you have a sailor background, is that correct, Theo? Yeah, you
Correct.
may have also heard of that term before. You're not 100% sure what the significance might be, though.
Doesn't sound good.
Yeah, I haven't run into them personally. I just, I saw the picture once and I thought it looked interesting.
I have a terrible option if we need it as well.
Is that your war crime?
No, that's probably going to happen anyway. That's just what they call my cooking. No, I have this, and he reaches into his bag of holding and pulls out a pirate flag, except it's a dragon skull and crossbones. I do have this.
Do I recognize that?
What is that?
Where did that come from again, Michael?
Where did that?
That is
come
off
from?
of the table of things I rolled at the start, like the roll a D100,
Oh.
get a fun thing. It's from that.
Oh, wow.
So
Okay.
Theo's just like, I definitely found it in the aftermath of a battle with some of the sea princes, but I don't. It's clearly not a sea princess banner. So,
I love it. Let's
That's
raise
a
it.
gambit. Tell me about
Can't be
your
worse.
Tell me about your shape-changing magic.
Oh, I don't know. I just kind of will myself to, be something else, and it happens. I can also make somebody else be something else too, but I guess, there's
that
a
like
chance it doesn't work.
A one-time thing?
It lasts for about an hour, or until something I turned into something else gets damaged.
What about boats? Could you turn the boat into a window?
It doesn't work the same with things that aren't living. But you know, like if you had that dog you were talking about, I could turn that into a whale.
Mm.
I mean, you know, a killer whale, not a giant whale.
I feel like a dog turned into a whale is just going to be very confused.
Yeah, I mean, that might
It's
be
a
able
little
to
weird.
hide a few of us, or
Well, if I could get on a ship, I could probably take out a sail and or a mast.
You know, if we're just looking to do damage, I'm sure I can come up with something to do damage to a mast.
I know how to make
But-
ships, so
but then
I
I
know
need
how
to
to
get-
break ships.
But I need to get off.
I could certainly take you over there as, you know, a killer whale or a bird of some kind. I think I could probably carry 1 or 2 people. Maybe.
Could disassemble their boat from underwater.
that,
These are all some real long shots.
yeah.
Can you?
Slowly, it would take time.
Even a big hole would take a long time to sink a ship.
Mhm.
I mean, unless it broke apart.
Well, if you hit in the right spot, you can get through 2.
Just the odds of being able to do that to 3 boats is
How far
pretty
away are we from the shore now?
Closer than when we started this session. You guys are you guys are definitely you guys are going fast. The wind is at your back. So it's you're making good time, and you are quickly coming upon this small group of islands.
I mean, would a tow
referring
help
to
us
these ones?
anything?
I mean, any speed will help. Just I don't. This is sailing. A burst of speed for an hour is good for a little bit, but it's a marathon, not a sprint.
I mean,
What if we?
Right.
it might help us in these small sheltered areas where there's no wind get out of there if we need to.
What do these islands look like?
Yeah, are we talking about these ones here, Dave? The little ones, or
Are they tall islands? Are they low islands?
Roll a perception check.
Do
Are they
have
Bonnie
a-
Green Isles?
Do they have a volcano?
They are getting close enough now where you can conceivably start to make out sort of what they're beginning to look like.
12.
Okay. Yeah, I mean there's some topography. So there's one larger, if you're looking, you guys are heading south. If you look off to the west side, you see that there are some mountains that are on this small island. And then there are a couple of smaller islands that are sort of clustered. Obviously, they're all part of the same landmass, but just different peaks of an underwater, mountain essentially. But there's one larger chunk of land and then a couple of smaller ones. And you guys are starting to, as I mentioned, just make out the first bits of land. It looks like a pretty jagged, rocky coastline that you're approaching.
Captain, I say we give them a run for their money around the island and see what we get. And depending on how that goes, we break into any one of our other strange and terrifying ideas.
right?
I
mean,
could cast Tiny Hut on the deck. It would protect some people. I mean, nothing can shoot through it.
Right. I'm trying to prevent shooting at all.
I'm going to load the ballista.
That should be done.
Is it, Dave?
Smart.
Is it like conceivable that at this point we could hide behind these islands and they wouldn't see us doing it?
Possibly. I mean, that you've been on enough military campaigns in your history as a Marine for the Keeland Navy, where you've done that sort of thing before. You have not been the captain of a ship necessarily, but just to give you an idea of what we're looking at, I've got another map that I'll bring you guys over to. Let's see if I can make that happen. There we go. So I don't know if can everybody see that? You are sort of at that northern. You're coming up on the northern end of this island chain.
So yeah, I think we should try to tuck back behind this maybe the bigger island and wait for them to pass and kind of,
If nothing else,
Try to break
definitely
the
making
other
a
way.
run for that gap is a good idea.
Tenoch,
I
can you
mean-
use your eye thing to make sure we're not going to hit the bottom?
I think they've seen us though, so I don't think that they're gonna not choose not to follow us. But
Player slash DM me says that would be up to Dave because given the speeds that we are probably traveling at, I cannot keep up my spell's movement at that kind of speed.
What about putting the beacon right under the water and then using the beacon?
How does the spell? It moves a number of feet per round. Is that how it works?
Yeah, arcane eye I can have it as an action. I can have it move 30 feet in any direction.
It probably wouldn't work well in the open water like you are right now.
Yeah.
Perhaps when you entered into whatever is beyond the map to the south, you might be in the speed slows down of the ship.
Right.
You're probably unlikely to just haul ass into an island chain area that you don't know, what you're getting into. So there's a good chance that you would probably slow down, Rhunar. Not necessarily, you don't have to, but your training would tell you that there might be things under the surface of the water to be careful about.
Let's ask ourselves this question. What would Vin Diesel do in this situation? Were this a
Pedal
Fast
to the
and Furious-
metal.
Were this a Fast and
Family.
Furious movie?
well,
something
we'd call our
family,
family.
I
something
fear-
fast, something
Fast,
we
furious, and
launch
fishy,
a
but-
car
We could-
across
we
to
could-
their boat. Like, what if I turned into a... No, we turned someone into a whale, and then we launched them across. Or, no, how about I pick up one of the pirates, and then I polymorph them into something and just drop them on the boat.
Sounds great. Let's do it.
Yup, family.
Uh,
All right, so what are you thinking? We should probably
Um,
make a decision. We've got a lot of different
gonna-
ideas out there.
we're going to get in close, try to hide behind these islands. I think if we try to outrun them, we're going to just get caught in open water. And then if we have to abandon ship or if the thing starts to sink, at least then we'll be close to some kind of island.
Would not be the first time I've been stranded on an island like that.
I think we should try to avoid fighting them if we can. And, I think if anything, just be closer to land when it does happen.
what about
You're the captain.
plague?
Plague?
Can we
them
make
think we have plague?
Can we make a plague play?
Well,
I mean, can any of you make things appear to be something that they're not on a large scale?
No.
Yes,
Wait,
illusion
I-
magic would be very
I think
helpful,
I
but none of us
understand.
have that.
I think I understand. Tenoch, are you saying we pretend we're a plague ship and that we're coming here to be put in isolation?
well, we could put a bunch of makeup
Yep.
and stuff on and say we're sick and like cough and pretend we're
I got
ill.
acid crystals. We could melt parts of our face.
I mean,
that'll look
I-
really gross.
We could
These
drop
guys
acid.
these guys have probably heard it all before. You know what I mean? I don't think it's gonna
They're
stop. them.
pirates.
I'm very
Don't
convincing.
come closer. We're sick. I don't know. It's not gonna. I don't think it's
It
gonna.
was
stop
worth a
them.
shot.
All right. I see
You're
we
getting
pull in
closer
here.
and closer to the islands as I
Yep.
drag this bit of map closer to your ship.
Time to do actions.
We'll prepare.
Captain,
We'll
go.
prepare the ballista. Get one of those flaming bolts in there, ready to roll, just in case shit hits the fan. We'll be ready, but we want to try to avoid these guys.
Wish I had Dimension Door. I would ride one of those things over like I was in a fucking Stanley Kubrick movie.
I have Dimension Door.
I do too.
Yeah,
what
but
if we
are you
raise the
small enough
dragon's
to
leg?
ride a ballista bullet?
What?
I could be.
Dimension
If I
door.
polymorphed myself.
You know what I'm saying?
I could be like a little squirrel riding a big ballista bullet over there.
I'll just tie it to a ballista.
No, and then I could cancel the dimension door. That's
Theo's
awful
gonna go
complicated.
take the helm
Mhm.
and just help the crew
Yeah,
with
I'm gonna
doing
get
the
up.
thing.
As you walk back up onto the deck, Theo, you can see Fritz just pacing. And he looks at you and says, yeah, so then, yeah, like, what's the plan? Do we have a plan? They're getting closer.
We have a bunch of plans. The important one right now is we're going to try and lose them in the islands.
Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna get real close. Get in there, try to hide in, on the protected side of one of these islands, and hope they keep going past. We'd want to try to avoid these guys if we can.
Yeah, Captain. Yeah. Sounds good. Then I guess we'll get ready. Shit. Okay. And he runs off.
Make sure the men have their weapons at hand.
You look around and they already do. And
Yeah.
the men that aren't like physically like working on the rigging or helming the pilot's chair are definitely have their weapons. They're sharpening weapons. They're waiting for you to sort of give an order of any kind. And you start to get, as you get closer to this island chain, we'll move this up a little bit.
Is hiding really an option?
I would like you to tell me what would be your path. You're going to try to sneak through this narrow area? Is that the idea?
Yeah, I mean, what is this? Is that just?
It's
That's
about 100
75
feet
that's
across
100
or so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, our boat isn't exactly to scale, is it?
No, not really.
Yeah.
It's close though. It's pretty close actually.
I mean, we'd be like one hexagon.
Close enough.
Maybe. I don't know.
No, your ship's like 80 feet long. It's big.
I guess I don't know. Like realistically, could I like from just by looking at it, can I tell if I can get through there or not?
Make a perception check.
I got my spyglass out.
All right,
know if
make
that
it with
gives me anything.
advantage. Of course, the spyglass doesn't let you see under the water, but it will give you some information. So go ahead and roll with advantage.
Ooh.
Ooh.
That's some angry dice.
Ooh.
A 10 total? Okay. You know, what you're able to determine is that you could sneak the ship through there, but you are also unsure of what is beneath. Your instinct tells you that you wouldn't want to just fly through there at full sail. If that makes sense.
We're definitely slowing down right now. All right. Yeah, I mean, I'm assuming it would take us a lot longer to go around, like go around this island.
Yeah, it would take you longer. Absolutely.
All right. I say we go for it.
All right,
Cap.
Thread the needle.
Yeah, thread the needle.
All right. That's the spirit. So
Aim
you
for-
are
aim
going...
Definitely
the
slow
middle.
down.
Aim for the middle and hope for the best.
Yep.
Yep.
We're
So you're
definitely
going
slowing
to work
down.
your way this way. You're going to slow it down.
Yep.
And then is there anything else that you're going to do to prepare to thread the needle?
Do some magic coke.
Yeah, no. I mean,
We
there's not
have
much
any
I
of
can.
that?
I don't think
There's
so.
not much I can do.
Well, Theo's a necromancer. We've always got some on him.
What kind of crew is this?
It's a great question. Anything else that you want to do?
Does anybody else have any incendiary devices?
I have 2 flasks of oil and 10 acid crystals.
I mean, we have the ballista bolts.
Yep, I believe we have 3 of those, if I remember correctly. It might be just 2. I'm not sure.
I
And
still
I
don't think
can-
it's a bad idea to drop something really heavy on them.
And I can throw.
Not a terrible idea. Hopefully, we don't have to get to it.
Well, I mean, we don't have 3 things very heavy to drop on them.
That's true.
I have a portable ram,
And the whole
It's not
idea
that heavy.
but I
here
want
is,
it.
like, I got in a sea battle with 1 boat, and they killed my entire crew.
Yeah, that doesn't sound great at
That
all.
was,
In
and that
in
was
a-
1 boat.
In a boarding action.
I can put people to sleep.
Rhunar,
Mhm.
I'm going to need you to make a water vehicles check.
Okay. And
May
this
I
is-
assist?
This is to do.
Tell me how
maneuver?
you'd like to assist, Theo.
See, I assume Runar's going to be at the helm.
I guess
Making
it's up
this?
to you guys.
Well, if Runar's at the helm, Theo's going to be running back and forth up along the ship, calling out soundings, anything he's seeing,
Okay,
that sort of thing.
absolutely. Is anyone else doing anything to assist with this check?
No, I'm going to be getting my carpenter's tools out, getting ready to start repairing the holes that are about to start popping up.
I could give you a little bit of encouragement.
Any little bit helps.
You
True.
keep keeping at it. Gee,
You're
That's
doing
Bardic.
great.
Inspiration.
Great, Captain.
I'm feeling better already about this.
All right, so you have a Bardic Inspiration.
Mhm.
Is that right, Farah? Okay, and you will make this roll with advantage. So a water vehicles check, and I will say with dexterity as the modifier.
All right.
And now Bardic Inspiration is I believe it's
I think you've got a D8. Is that correct?
D8 now.
I think it's a
Yeah.
D8 at this level.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Here we go. Come on, dice. All right. All right. 22 plus a D8. That would be 26.
Wow.
26 ain't bad. 26 ain't
Not
bad at all.
Not bad at all. Yeah. You, with Theo racing up to the bow, looking out, calling back to you, you did have to slow down pretty significantly to do this. And Theo, you're looking down and you can see the structure of the rock below the surface of the water. It's just a beautiful, clear, you can see the coral reefs. It's beautiful, but it's also
Bombies down
extremely
there.
treacherous. But because of your help and the inspiration and a great roll, you all make it through you thread the needle, as it were, and you come out on the other side into a sort of a protected cove area. Now, I'm just gonna remind us back to the end of the last session when I had a couple of rolls. I asked someone to make a roll for me, and it was Ashley, and it was a natural 20. Does anybody remember that?
Yeah.
Oh, I
Yeah.
do.
As you come around the corner and you breathe a sigh of relief as you make it through, there's a bit of a huzzah from the crew. You see waiting a
Fourth
ship
pirate ship.
with a flag of skull and bones flapping in the wind.
Shit.
Is this the same group?
Fucking
You might
Full
assume
sail.
so. Yeah,
Full
you
sail.
might assume so.
Fuck it.
slide
Damn
on
the
by.
torpedoes.
Yeah, just get those sails. Get the sails back up. Sails back up. Just shouting orders to try to get moving again.
All right, do this for me.
Byron, give me those
let's
crystals.
talk about who's doing what on the ship. We've got someone at the helm. Who's that? Someone's the helmsman or helms person.
I think that's typically.
It's typically Theo.
Yep. So Theo, you'll be at the helm. It sounds like Rhunar, fulfilling the role as the captain. I'm assuming.
Yeah. I'm
there
near
are
the helm and the ballista. I'm like in that area.
Okay.
Assuming.
Yep. Sounds good. Just keep me remind me if it comes down to that. We also have a couple of other roles. We've got the first mate, which is typically Fritz. But that doesn't necessarily need to be. This is a time where you can assign roles to people. There is a master gunner, a boatswain, an arcanist role.
We prefer Decromancer.
There's a decromancer role as well.
What would a gunner have to do?
Well, a master gunner is going to be very useful for firing the ballista in this respect.
Would it be a dex ability?
It would be a firing of the ballista ability. So it's a little bit different. So this is not really like off your character sheet. This is going to be a little bit different.
Okay.
You'll roll a d20 and there's a bonus with the ballista and that sort of thing, depending on who you are and sort of what kind of backgrounds you have. But anybody can work on the ballista. It's usually a multi-person job.
Yeah. It might be helpful if someone with carpenter's tools works the ballista.
I was going to be the boatswain.
That's probably smart.
I think anyone can fire the ballista. I will help reload the ballista between repairs.
Yeah, Dave, I'm just looking at this roles and responsibilities for the gunner.
Mm-hmm.
How likely would I know, like, how likely it is to cause a misfire that would require repair? Because
If
that's
you-
listed.
If you
as a
were to
thing.
have inexperienced people working it, chances are a lot higher.
Um,
Well, I could just keep being encouraging wherever I'm needed.
That's
You are
always
very
good.
encouraging.
Tenoch, do you want to man the gun then? Man the ballista? And intelligence helps.
I mean, or I could romance the deck.
Right.
Like, the deck does need
One
romance.
of those things I am really good at.
Who did we train on ballista on crossbows?
That's what we call a decromancer.
Yeah, a deck wizard, the
Deck
arcanist.
wizard.
Yeah,
I have no idea
having
what a
me on the ballista would be,
Decromancer is.
like
It's,
a
our,
let us
necromancer.
tell you.
it's our slang
a-
term for a deck wizard because it
Yeah.
just seems like every boat we run into has some wizard,
And
on
you
the
gotta
deck.
fucking kill him.
Oh,
and that's
Yeah.
oftentimes
Sadly,
is what
I
their
am-
title is, deck wizard. So we
Sadly, I
started
am
calling them
only a jungle witch.
decromancers.
I am not a sea witch.
Mhm.
Kirk or Byron, to answer your question, Rhunar had provided some training in light crossbows back in Saltmarsh to that one fucking guy. And
Gotta write this down.
Fritz.
All right. So, and
Yeah.
Fritz has a role already, right?
He does. He's
Yeah.
the
So-
first mate.
So I'm just gonna take control, run over to that one fucking guy and be like, "You remember how to shoot a light crossbow? You're on a big crossbow now. Go man that ballista thingy. It shoots kind of the same."
Yeah, no problem. I got it. I'm your man.
if we're all gonna split up, if you want to huddle real quick, I could give you some extra hit points.
I like that.
What's a hit point?
It makes you feel stronger.
For those of
I
us
like
who
feeling
know
strong.
the meta, it's good.
I'm in that. I'm into that.
And I cast or use my ability of Mantle of Inspiration. All right, everybody, put your hand in and say, "Go, Deg Gang!"
Good buddy.
Okay.
Go, good buddy.
All right.
Good
More of a good buddy.
times. Kill
And
them all.
You all get 8 hit points.
Whoa.
And how long does
And-
that last for?
Temp hit points.
8. 8 temporary hit points.
Is that a permanent thing or is it a time-based?
It is forever.
You know, it's
Boy.
not really. There's not a lot of information on the actual
What is
roll
it?
20
Mantle of
one.
Inspiration.
All right, well,
It's a
take
bard
a look
ability?
at that. While you're doing that, I
Yep.
just want to clarify with the captain here. The plan is to either engage in combat or run.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I don't really want to fight them, so I'm gonna try to run.
Okay.
Um,
In that case, let's get a initiative roll from the Helmsman. You can add your bonus to initiative. And Ashley, because you're rolling so great for me last time,
Oh.
why don't you go ahead and roll a d20 as well?
I'm sorry. It's not as good. It's just a 9.
I got a 17 for initiative.
All right. All right. We're going to go ahead and take a quick break as we prepare for a chase scene / possible battle. We'll see what happens. We'll be back in just a little bit. You guys remember, folks who are watching, if you're able to, we are raising money for the American Red Cross tonight so that they can continue to provide much needed assistance to the folks in the central part of the United States who have been devastated by tornadoes. Please consider, if you're able to donate. And if you do donate, we'll be monitoring, and you can designate an advantage to one of the folks here playing tonight, either myself or the players. So
Or remember,
please
for
give
every dollar,
that a shot.
Theo gets another minion to his undead army.
Is that true?
If they give money, we can figure out a way to make it true, can't we?
I mean, yeah, you are a necromancer. All right, guys, we'll be back in just a little bit. Hey, check it out. That advantage thing is on the screen. I think it's working.
Oh, hey, it's there.
Yeah, we just started doing that. I don't know.
Oh, nice.
We'll see how it pans out.
I like it.
Basically,
like it.
the moral of the story is that Rhuna's got mad advantages for all situations, mostly death saves. So If he gets thrown from the ship, for example, not a problem. The sharks circle in, not a problem. They tear at his flesh into tiny bits, he can still save. It's great.
That's right.
Unless multiple sharks gang up on him all at once and attack him 3 times in a round.
Which is entirely possible.
Well, in theory, I
Actually.
mean, as long as he makes 3 death saves, he's stabilized, and then when the next hit comes in, he starts counting down again. So he could probably survive 2 or 3 rounds if sharks just eat chawing on him.
Oof.
Let's
Sounds
hope
amazing.
it doesn't get to that.
Yeah, let's not do that.
I'm just
Sounds like-
I'm just a fighter, y'all. I don't have any kind of
It
get
sounds
out
like-
of jail free cards.
Yeah, you do. It's called killing the other people. Like the immortal Antonio Banderas said, you
Is
put
he
the sharp
immortal?
end through the other man.
We have a WMD. We'll be just fine.
That's what you
You've
think.
got a 2-shot WMD, and then I'm out of spell slots.
Still works. Only one ship ahead of us.
There's still 3.
We might be able to fuck up this ship.
That's what I'm talking about, man.
If we light our ship on fire, will they still come after us?
Oh no!
Yep.
Wow.
They're pirates. Of course they will.
Maybe we can just bribe them to go away.
Yeah, it's too
I
bad
mean,
we
that's
can't
the normal
do
thing
like
you do with
a-
pirates.
an illusion to make it look like that tentacle beast was attacking us.
Only we had money.
Why?
Just had
why
to
do
bring
we
up the
need
tentacles.
money?
We have some money in cargo.
Bribery costs money.
No, I mean, the
Oh.
normal pirate thing is give them money and they let you live. So that's always an option.
But remember, they have 3 ships. Their risk is minimal.
If anybody can tell us why our chat commands from Stream Elements keep turning off every week, please let us know. We are, just as a reminder to folks, as we get ready to jump back into tonight's session, we are giving away a copy of the Countess von Zarovich tonight, which is pretty rad. So you got to check that out. Let me pop that up here. Look at that. The artwork in this thing is really good. Christian and his team do an awesome job. This is a 62-page PDF with new NPCs, a bunch of new encounters, a full fleshed out biography for the Countess herself, and a great little ways that you can kind of give the Curse of Strahd campaign a little goose. Just goose it a little bit. So just, what do? You type !drawing. That's how it works. Check it out. Get involved. Do it. Thanks for the donations, everybody. We appreciate it. Thanks for helping us help other people. Feels good. Something we all got to do from time to time. All right.
Typing
So-
goose, however, sadly doesn't
to
do
me, Goose.
anything yet. It doesn't do anything. Yeah, eventually maybe ! Goose will do something.
We have a whole bunch. We could do that. We could very well do that. We just need to figure out why Stream Elements
We should,
is turned off
right?
for some reason. Anyways, that's not for tonight. Tonight is for naval combat. Here we go. So you have entered this cove, this sort of protected side of this large island, large mountains to the east, coming up from this rocky shoreline. It looks very as if it would be difficult, for example, to sort of beach there. It's a very jagged and not very inviting coastline. There is, having met your advance, a ship that emerges. You have rolled initiative. You have won the initiative. So given the roles that you guys have determined, Rhunar being taking the captain's role, Theo the helmsman's role, Byron the boatswain, Tenoch, the Decromancer,
Mhm.
and Farah, the
want a job?
Inspirationator.
Nice.
I don't know. I think it might be more useful going wherever I'm needed.
All right.
Exactly.
Inspirationist.
We'll call you the Inspirationator for now. 'Cause
Oh,
I kind of like that.
inspirationist. I like
Yeah.
that. I like
Um,
both of them.
All right. So what I'd like to do is Rhunar, what is you guys have the initiative. You have a movement speed for your ship, which during the combat sort of phase of this is movement. You can move 1 hex per turn.
Okay.
And then you can also take, so that you have a couple of things you can do. You can take the ship can take 2 actions, right? It can take a movement action. It can take fire in the ballista action. Those are kind of the 2 actions that the ship can take.
Okay.
There are, and we'll do that at the end of the round. There are things that each of you can do during the round to determine any potential benefits to that, or things that you can do to kind of buff that a little bit. So why don't we start with you as the captain,
Buff
Rhunar? If you look at your the sort of description of your role, what would you like to do as the captain?
I'm going to I would like to move the boat to kind of this direction to try to steer around these outer islands and get around there before they can cut us off.
Okay, so you, as the captain, you can aid the helmsman. So the helmsman, who is Theo, is going to make that sort of, he's going to make that action, but you can help him. If you look at the bottom of the list, you can assist another officer's action, giving them a +2 to their check.
Oh. I see down there.
Yep.
Oh, so this is technically the combat actions.
We are in essentially in a combat sort of scenario, so you can take those available actions combat or the additional combat actions below. You could take a action that you could normally take in normal combat. You could take either an action, a bonus action, or you could move about the ship if you wanted to. But you don't get all your actions at this point. That changes when we get into more up close and personal combat. This is kind of like ship to ship.
I'll assist Theo in trying to maneuver the ship.
Okay. So Theo, when you if you decide to do some maneuvering, which I'm sure you will, you'll have a +2 to that. And we move on to the helmsman. So Theo, what would you like to do as the helmsman?
Well, I believe the order was all speed, starboard-ish to try and maneuver around the island to the southwest, correct?
Yeah.
Theo will attempt to push us in that direction.
Okay. So you will go ahead and make a pilot's check, which is your water vehicles check. You'll have a +2.
+2 makes that a 28.
Oh yeah, no problem.
Nice.
So you make a successful check, and you are able to deftly pilot the ship. Go ahead and do you have the ability to control it, the ship itself? You can move 1 hex in whatever direction you want to.
No, we can't move it.
Okay.
Definitely moving towards the southwest, and also going to position the vehicle as if we were going to present our broadside to the oncoming ship, just in case we need
Okay.
to line up and shoot it with shit.
Got it.
Yeah, so maybe we just start heading this way. And then taking these hexes this way.
Yep. So you get right there.
Okay.
Okay. That brings us to the the boatswain. Is there anything that you would like to do?
I will basically just brace myself against the ship, and wait for something else to happen.
Okay. So you can sort of, if there's any sort of like overboard or displacement from an attack or anything like that, you would have advantage on your dexterity save as a result. Okay, perfect. Decromancer, Tenoch.
I would like to acquire from Byron whatever acid or incendiary devices he has, and then, depending on how much time I have, place them on the deck, so that should we get close to anybody, I can catapult them onto their ship.
Fuck yeah.
Wow, that's great.
Yeah, I really need to get spell sniper though, so I can do that at 120 feet. The 60-foot range is a little meh, but it's what I got. It's what I got to work with.
Okay, yeah.
Got
So
it.
you move to his position, essentially, with your action.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't know how much time that's going to take, but for however much time that takes, that's what I would like to do.
We'll say it takes one action to switch position on the ship to where he would be.
Okay.
You guys are all pretty much on the main deck, or the forecastle, or the poop deck. That brings us to the inspirationist.
I will give inspiration to whoever looks like they need it. Let's see. I'll go over and I'll give inspiration to Tenoch.
Nice. Oh, and North Shore DM, thanks for the advantages for Feyre, Theo, Byron, Tenoch,
Aw.
and myself. Thank you.
I take back a selection of terrible things I said about that guy.
That's great. What a guy.
He does
Okay. Let's see. Let me just update that. Too many things to update, I'm starting to think. All right.
Sounds like a job for a player.
Yeah, for sure. All right. So as the turn for the good buddy ends, the boat moves. And there was no other action. You have two actions, so there was the movement, but there was no other like attack or anything like that. So we will
No,
move
we're not attacking.
to yep. So that brings us to the bad guys, and you can see to the north as a ship emerges behind you, a very similar looking what Rhunar you would recognize as warships. And now Tenoch, as you see them closer to your position, they are three-masted, and they are going to take some actions as well. What you do know as well, Rhunar, about warships is that not only do they have sails, but they have rowers, and they are quite fast. In fact, that's probably, now that you see them come into more immediate view, why they've been gaining on you for the past 6 or so days from whence you first saw them on the horizon. So they are going to make movements.
We're all like, I've got my dope ass caravel, and they're like, I'm in a brig, bitch.
Yeah, these are some big ships.
How naval ship talk, dude.
Yep.
Holy shit. That sucks. That sucks a lot.
It's
I
not the
assume
best.
They can move more than one hex at a time.
They can.
Yeah.
All right. So they are closing on you. Let me just reposition this a little bit. There we go. And it comes back to your turn. Now, I will say that you can tell, especially for the Decromancer, who's probably watching this pretty closely, possibly for the Inspirationist, that the distance is about 150 feet to the ship behind you. About 300 or so, 280, 290 to the ship off of your port. So, again, we come back to the good buddy here. Captain Deg. What say you?
I want to keep moving to the southwest.
Okay. Do you give any orders or anything else along those lines? Just continue.
Yep.
Okay.
I'm not going to try to attack this boat.
Okay. Not to guide you too much, but do you use your action then to assist the helmsman as you did before?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
Sorry.
That's
won't do
okay.
that again.
We haven't really done this before, so we're just sort of testing this out a little bit. So that brings us to the helmsman, Theo. What is your action going to be?
If I take the evasive maneuvers action, do we not get any movement?
The evasive maneuvers action actually is your movement for the round. So you would essentially... Let's see. You could do the come about, for example. You could... The evasive maneuvers action would give you... How does that work here? You gain advantage on your next pilot's check. You still get your movement. You still get your movement, but you... Let's see. Let me look at this real quick. Yes, it's part of your movement.
And we're about 150 feet, you said, from them. Anybody in character, I would think as sailors we'd have a vague idea of the range of Ballista.
Yes.
Do we have an idea what those are?
120 to 480 feet.
So we're
Correct.
already in range for Ballista.
Yep.
Where's
On
our
the ship
ballista
behind you.
mounted?
Both of them.
It is mounted on, I believe, I think it's on the front of the good buddy. Let me double check that.
No, it's on the back.
Nope, it's on the back. It's just in front of the helm.
Captain, we gonna try and keep running?
Yes.
Forward it is.
Okay, go ahead and make
Just
a
to
pilot water vehicles check for me. And these are essentially to sort of guide us through uncharted territory at this point. You're going as fast as you can through waters that are unscouted. And what did you roll?
I got a 12. Did I have a +2 again?
You did.
14 total then.
Okay. All right. So that's good. What direction will you be moving? Continuing sort of in that southwest
Continuing that way
direction.
to try and shoot past.
Okay. Anything from the boatswain or the Decromancer?
I will. Well, one question: the cliff between us and the ship that's behind us.
Mm-hmm.
Is that like a large, sheer cliff that goes up into the air, or is it more like a?
Talking about like right here.
Yep, exactly.
Yes, it's sort of like a promontory. Pretty steep cliffs overlooking that coastline.
I will look at Tenoch, and then I'll glance at the cliff and I'll say, "Could you bring that down?"
How far away is it?
"120 feet."
Nope.
Darn.
I sadly have a very close range.
Is there anything that the Inspirationist could do to perhaps aid?
So we're more than 120 feet away.
From
We're
that cliff
100,
face,
yeah.
You're 120.
Okay. Can I make out the face of any of the people on the ship from that far away? Can I kind of see like, oh, that looks like a captain?
Not from where you are. It would be
Okay.
very difficult.
Okay. If we do get within 120 feet, I would like to try to message them.
You're about 150 at the moment. So.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So we will move without attacking.
Yep.
And the movement will continue in this southwesterly direction.
I guess I would
Rachel.
cast Mage
Directional.
Armor on myself for
Okay.
my action.
Yeah, you can take sort of like one of your actions during your turn as well. So that's absolutely doable. All right, so you head in that southwest direction. And that brings us to the baddies. They are going to continue. They're going to have to make a check here.
Run aground. 3-master ship. That's probably got a lot of displacement. That
It's a
boy
big-
is
it's a big
riding
ship.
low in the water. Ooh, that's a
I
good roll.
did
though.
roll an 18 on the die, however, so they're going to be good. They're going to
Should've-
move forward.
I should have given him a 2. That's unfortunate. If only I
They
wasn't
are
talking shit.
getting close here.
Dice
would've
here
been-
heard you.
I would have been more apt to just give it a bad roll.
I also liked Byron's idea of taking down that cliff face. That was a good idea. They make their movement and they are going to fire a shot from a you hear this as this large projectile comes soaring in an arced trajectory towards the ship. Let's see here. Yeah, they have fired their mangonel.
That's less good.
They've got a Joe Manganiello. Oh shit.
They do. But I rolled a natural 1, and even with the bonus, that is not going to beat the armor class of your ship. Your hull has an armor class of 15. I don't know if you guys have access to the Good Buddy token information. I think it's shared in your.
Mhm.
Anyways, you have a 15 hull AC, so that misses. You hear this big splash right next to the ship. Well, maybe not right next to it, a ways off. And it's unclear because none of us know what dice rolls are in character. It's unclear if they were targeting the ship or perhaps, as often is done, they were sending a warning shot. However, the ship to the south is going to move.
A natural 1, aka not unlike what happens to Joe Manganiello's
Manganiello,
characters
yeah.
in many of his movies.
Have you seen Arch Enemy?
No.
Oh man, you got to see that movie. It's really good. All right. That's the end of their turn. The ship to the south is kind of moving in a trajectory to cut you off, as it were. But they did not fire at you. That brings us back to the Good Buddy.
I'm going to keep trying to run. I'm going to keep trying to go. So I'm going to assist Theo.
Turn
in.
into them.
Okay, Theo, go ahead and make a
Ram
pilot's
'em.
check.
Turn into the south ship.
Turn it to the south. Like, go straight at the south ship.
Yes.
Gonna say hard no, buddy.
You do have a +2 to your roll. And it's not a very difficult
Gets me to
roll.
a 13.
That's not bad. That's not bad at all. And it's not that hard. You have a pretty open path before you. So it's not like you're trying to weave yourself between things. But you are, paying attention perhaps to the, what's underneath the water as well. So you are able to go ahead and make your movement there. There we go. Let's do this. You don't have any, at this point, I'm just going to make a quick assumption. And ask for your clarification and confirmation. You do not have intention to directly engage with either of these two ships in combat. You're trying to essentially outrun them.
Yeah. Not if we can help it.
I'm
Okay.
preparing for engagement.
So we'll skip ahead a little bit. Their ships are faster than yours, and the ship to the southeast will cut you off based on, if we did 5 more rounds or 6 more rounds of this, their trajectory is faster than yours. Mm-hmm. So they will ultimately get close to you. Probably at some point firing a warning shot across the bow.
How close do they get when they fire a warning shot across the bow?
Not super close.
Within 120 feet or not?
Yes.
Can I send that message?
Yeah, so absolutely. What I'll do is we'll kind of do this. You guys would probably make it to about here, and they would get to about here, and maybe here, and they would take a shot across the bow. They're definitely within that distance if you wanted to send a message, and the ship would be about right here.
Okay. I am going to send the message to, if I can't pick out really anybody who looks like they're dressed fancier from
Roll a
distance,
perception check. Go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah, do that first, just so we can sort of clarify whether or not you can.
15.
Theo's about to fire a warning shot too.
15. Okay. Yeah, you do not necessarily pick out one individual.
Okay. So I can't see any individual, or I can't tell who's...
You can see individuals on deck because you
Okay.
are close enough, but you just can't tell who I think you asked who the captain was. You don't see
I
the
was
captain.
I was hoping
Yeah.
maybe I could talk to somebody who looks like an officer, but that's okay. I will take what I can get, and I will message whoever, and I will say, this is the ship, the Good Buddy. We are real sick, and we suggest for your own safety that you turn your ships around. Otherwise, you're gonna get the Masengi plague. You can reply to this message.
Wow. Okay.
I like it. I like it.
All right. Feyre, go ahead and that was brilliant. Roll a deception check for me.
Yes, please.
Wow.
Natural 20 for a total of 33.
Wow.
Oh,
Where's my buttons? Where are my
Oh
buttons?
my God.
Oh, 2020.
So convincing.
Chat.
So here's what just happened. It's the oldest trick in the book, right? So there's a scene here where the Good Buddy is being cut off by pirates. Their amazing bard decides to go for it, sending a message to a random person aboard the pirate ship, letting them know that, in fact, the crew aboard the Good Buddy is infected with a terrible plague, and that they should cease and desist their pursuit. And rolled a natural 20, which is amazing, and I love it. And you get a response. It's not really a response so much as it's just like, holy shit! Oh my God, you guys, they're infected. We gotta turn around. And you hear just some random crew member just yelling and screaming and shouting. Games Tavern, thanks for the raid. We appreciate it. Love you. Appreciate you joining us. And you hear a message. Let's see. Roll a Farah, roll a d6 for me.
All right. 4.
Okay. You hear a message, Farah, about a minute later. And it is a man's voice, deep, kind of gravelly, and says, "How bad is it? We're a bit concerned for your safety. This is Red Dragger of Knowlton's Bane."
Of Knowlton's Bane?
Yep, Knowlton's Bane.
Okay. Oh gosh! It's real bad over here. I don't think we'll make it. You can replay this message.
Multiple spell slots are being used right now to message back and forth, and you hear another voice, different from the first. "Well, this is Captain Jack Knowlton. We've heard that there's a bit of a problem aboard your ship. It behooves us to ask where you're headed. Certainly don't want you infecting anyone," and then it's cut off.
Oh shoot, they want to know where we're headed.
Have you told anyone else this is happening for the record?
Well, I think you can hear me talking.
Well, it
No,
depends
not
on
when
where
we're
you
sending a
are.
message
I
necessarily,
guess.
can't.
Can
I mean,
hear my
I can't
side
in
of
the back of the ship.
conversation.
Where is Farah right now?
I think it was next to Tenoch last. So where would that be on the ship?
About mid-deck.
All right. So Tenoch, you heard my half of that conversation, and then, oh shoot, they want to know where we're headed.
And Farah, you are definitely, at a location on the main deck where you could communicate with, if you shouted loud enough, the rest of the crew would hear what you have to say if you wanted to communicate that way.
I'll say it again louder. Oh shoot, they want to know where we're headed.
They're not pirates? Theo literally yells from the other side of the ship.
It sounded like there was a Captain Jack Knowlton and a Red Traeger of Knowlton's Bane, if that means anything.
Theo at this point just at the top of his lungs, modified by prestidigitation to make it even louder, goes, "So wait, are you fucking pirates or not?"
Can I hear that?
Yeah, I think they're still pirates.
It's real loud.
They don't hear that. They're not listening for that sort of
They
loud
think
shout.
we're real sick. What should I tell him?
With
Tell
a
them we're going to a plague
33
colony.
with a 33
all right.
deception, they definitely think you're sick. Real sick.
Yes, we're going to a plague colony. We have some directions, and we're just gonna be on our way, if that's all right.
You do not hear a response. However, all of you watch as the ships change course and they back away from you, making their way north. I'm not going to go ahead and do all that. I'm going to switch back over to this screen with it's just us. But they change course, and it seems as though they're disengaging from you.
Holy shit, did that work? Did that fucking work?
Fucking work. Keep going. Keep going.
I told
Yeah,
you, people
yeah.
really like me.
Plague
or at least
Gambit
they-
always works.
Believe me, most of the time.
Right now, that's fine. That's
Well
fucking
done.
fine. Just going out past that island and trying to get back on course.
You guys, with the help of your new crew member, have managed to escape not one, not two, not three, but 4 pirate warships that seem to be laying in wait along this this merchant trade route, a well-traveled trade route, and you have deceived them. Pretty much the greatest deception in the history of piracy.
Holy shit.
Yeah. And you make your way south, wrapping your way around the island chain. You do notice that these ships, they don't completely leave your view. They seem to be almost following you, but from a great distance.
Oh, that's not quite so good. Maybe we should make landfall somewhere so it seems like we're going to a plague colony.
Do you know where a plague colony is?
No, I do not know.
Then we're on the trade route till we get to the plague colony. It's a known trade route, yeah?
I don't know. Maybe.
I mean, we're following it. The charts say it's a known trade route. Right? I'm not crazy out of character, am I?
No, we were.
You are correct.
We were following a trade
You're
route.
following a known trade route, indeed.
It could be further south than the Ulman Islands. We just, I think, keep heading that direction because it's a ways yet.
The almonds? Yeah, because we're heading to
Yeah, we're in the Medio Bay.
Narisban.
So if we make like we're heading for South Ulman, but then kind of keep heading north, hopefully by then they're not still behind us.
So this island chain here, if I can, if I can ping. This is where that shit just went down, right here.
And Narisban is somewhere to the
east
of us.
Yep.
Right.
You know from the charts that this little piece of land here is South Ulman Island. So it's on the opposite side of this island right here.
Yeah.
So you're right about there now.
I think we should get back on course
Mm-hmm.
and hope they give up.
All right.
That is
You
where I'm at.
guys get back on course and you make your way. Go ahead. This time, let's have Byron roll me a d20.
Don't screw it up.
Don't roll a natural 20.
Or
Oh.
That's
So
not
that's
that
an
nice.
Ocho.
It's not rolling.
So over the course of the next few days, you realize that they are no longer following you.
Oh, good.
You seem to have scared them terribly and then fully bored them into not wanting to follow you anymore, which appears to be a great strategy for dealing with pirates. At least
The old plague gambit.
at least this week.
Pirates, bears, roll over and play dead.
We
Those
rolled
really
over
are.
and played leper.
Play plague. That's the
I
same
mean,
thing.
a natural 20 was really key there because that is
That-
literally the oldest
that-
trick in the book.
Was the perfect roll at that exact time.
Yeah.
10 points to Feyre.
A 33.
Apparently is like a house now, and like Harry Potter.
Yeah,
Rhunar,
that's
you notice in the next couple days that the crew is shaken. They are, they're a little jumpy. I would say morale is a slightly down, just from the near, that the risk associated with that encounter was pretty high, and they're a bit concerned about the rest of the voyage. You at this point, you're a couple of days, maybe a week out from Narisban.
I'm gonna order that extra rations of rum be handed out tonight in celebration of avoiding the pirates.
That certainly helps.
Perhaps a rousing speech.
That might help as well.
I'm going to
Wouldn't
start
hurt.
writing a
Speech,
song
speech,
about how
speech,
we
speech.
tricked those guys. And I'm going to make it really upbeat and awesome instead of scary.
Nice.
Ran
like it.
away.
Absolutely. You compose a song, and what are the rest of you doing? We've got there's a couple of days journey. There, the normal. You feel like the threat of these pirates, at least for the moment, has passed. As the next couple days pass, the rum is poured heavy, the songs are sung, and people become a little bit more, upbeat as a result. What other things do you maybe take care of or deal with while you are traveling over the next couple days?
Things from Theo.
Oh,
Go ahead, Theo.
One, Theo's going to go back to working on what he's been working back on in his quarters, which I think only initially probably Tenoch will see, which is he's started practicing sigiled circles in very small bits and working through like changing in and out sigils. Just doing that at points during the day. Tenoch may not give a shit or notice. He's doing it. And two, one of those nights when we're all drinking, he is going to grab absolutely everybody and haul them into the captain's quarters and go, okay, one, we are drinking. Two, we are going to play a game. Everyone likes drinking games, right?
Yeah, sure. Especially after that encounter, I'm ready.
Yes.
I think we could all use a drink.
We could all use a drink, and well, you'll see the other point of the game very quickly. We used to play this on a couple other ships I was on. It was always very interesting because the thing about sailors is they get on the boat and no one asks a whole lot of questions until they're certain they want to ask the questions. And now I want to ask the questions. So I have some Knucklebones here, and he hands out some bone dice that are literally made from like sheep's knuckle bones. He goes, we're going to roll the dice. Whoever gets the highest gets to ask a question that the person who rolled the lowest has to answer truthfully. You can be vague about it to save details. No one here wants to really know the exact details of how someone's cousin actually had intimate relations with a sheep. We don't need to know that part. But you understand where we're going here.
Don't we know?
And then we all take a fucking drink, and we do that till everyone's gotten an answer, or we're too drunk to keep going, or we want to keep going. You'll get where I'm going with that.
I'm in.
So with the mechanics of this, Michael, what size die are you rolling?
I'm not picky. What sounds like a fun size? The D12 never gets enough
I was just
love.
about to say D12. Yep.
So, and he's literally got bottles of rum here. So, if everyone's down, want to roll some dice and see what's what?
Yeah.
Everybody roll a D12 and let's see what everybody gets. Ooh, Rhunar. Ooh.
Well, Captain.
Yep. It looks like Rhunar is going to be
Captain,
asking
my
a question
captain.
of Feyre.
Oh, right out the gate.
Rhunar, do not ask her if she's my sister. I checked.
You're real creepy, you know that?
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes.
You might get used to it after a while. Farrah, we found you in the ocean.
Yeah.
And you are very talented, obviously. Where are you from?
Well, if I had worked that out with the DM about what city I was from, I would tell you.
So a big city, a small city?
It's a fairly big city.
Go ahead.
Should
You don't
I
need
pick
me for this.
Monmouth?
You
I don't know.
need me for this.
Sure, I'm from Monmouth.
Monmouth. So you weren't too far from home when we found you.
Well, you get around when you're on a ship.
Guess that's
Is that your question? Are we rolling again?
I mean, I'm satisfied. Is everyone else satisfied? Tenoch, you were making a face. Okay, drink. Roll dice again.
Ooh, Feyre gets to ask Tenoch a question.
All right. What are y'all really looking for here? I mean, I've seen lots of secret meetings back and forth.
Well, you mean like what's Tenoch looking for specifically here?
Well, no, I mean the group of y'all.
Well, you can't ask all of us a question. You can only
No,
ask one person
I'm
a
asking
question.
him.
Damn it.
That counts. That counts.
Yeah.
Just
Oh, that's a deep question. What are we all looking for? What aren't we all looking for?
Does Tenoch know about everything?
He knows some things.
Yeah, I think Tenoch would say that we are looking for the doom that haunts us all.
Well, that's real deep. Is that a specific doom or is that like existential doom?
Oh no, I'm sure it's a very specific doom.
I believe, Tenoch, you had a vision about this doom, right?
Yeah, I have had visions.
And what does the doom look like?
Things beyond space and time that would make your mind scream and shatter.
Fun. And you going towards that?
It's our destiny.
And we ran from pirates.
It's a quandary of scale, right? Doom, swords, pirates. I don't have guns on this ship.
Theo was definitely just filling everyone's rum up, listening to this, like, whoo.
Just to interject, super creepy when you were answering that, Chad, there was a thunderclap outside my house.
Nice.
And it's
Tenoch
winter.
is
You don't hear that
powerful.
very often in winter, so that was
No.
very creepy.
We're having thunderstorms over here too.
I can't hear anything with my headphones on.
It was loud.
Um,
Anything else that you say, Tenoch, about that question? Go ahead, Michael, if you want to interject.
Theo was just going to, in character, actually go, Feyre, is that to your satisfaction?
I guess.
I mean, do you want something more specific? Do you want him to count the legs of the doom? I don't want to hear more of those.
I want y'all to have a better plan, I guess.
That is something we will get into when we're not drinking and asking questions like this. That's a future sober conversation, and I know I'm not sober.
Takes the bottle and just
Theo just pulls out another one.
Oh,
Roll again.
real quick, gonna interrupt. Gazumba and company, thanks for the raid.
Oh.
We appreciate
Hey, Gazumba
it.
and company.
We are playing a game of ask questions and drink. I don't know what the name of it is, but it's something
it's a team
that
building exercise.
it's a team. Exactly, we're team building.
Trust drink. It's trust drink.
Let's go ahead and do another round of rolls.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like trust fall, but with drinks.
That's right. Oh, and guys, we got some awesome new character art. Big thanks to Bravo for hooking us up with some amazing character art for our campaign Beyond Saltmarsh. I'm going to go ahead and put some her information in the chat. Check it out. We're raising money tonight for the American Red Cross. Thanks, Kirk, for throwing that in there. If you're able to and you feel so compelled, please consider donating even $1 or a couple bucks to the Red Cross. They're doing good things to help the folks that have been devastated by the tornadoes in the middle of the country. So that's what we're doing tonight. Thank you for jumping in here. It looks like who rolled high? Theo. Nope, Farah with a
It
12.
looks like
Farah
Farah
again.
Is going to be asking Byron a question.
Is that fair or, I mean,
I
That's
would
the
think
dice.
not, but
all right. All right, Byron. What do you think the most expensive item on this ship is?
Ooh, probably, it could be the captain's pearl. It could be the box. It could be the
The
ballista.
fucking box?
the
What's in the
ballista.
box?
What's the box?
The box? You don't know about the box?
it's a great fucking question. We don't know what's the box.
Oh boy!
Can I see it? What's the box?
Oh,
What's in the box?
I can't. I'm not
Maybe
supposed
she-
to talk about it.
Hey, she might be
Oh,
able to get the
come
box
on.
open, Byron.
We're
To be
drinking.
fair.
We're all friends here.
We could show her the box.
I'll look
Byron.
at Theo and then I'll be like, just fill my glass back up. Quick.
It's already filled, man.
Oh, I'll just slam it and I'll be like, all right, so here's the deal. I found this box in this house. And Rhunar got 10 grand for it once.
What?
Yeah.
That is
10
unbelievable.
grand. Yeah.
Mhm.
And I have it now. And it's mine now. Isn't that awesome?
It's
That
but
is
I have no idea what it does.
amazing.
It's shiny, it's blue, it's unopenable. I think it might be a weapon. But
That
they
is.
won't let me use it as a weapon. And
Can I see it? I mean, it
Right.
sounds amazing.
To
I
be-
I really want to see this $10,000 box.
To be fair, I don't
Byron,
think
whip it
The
out.
gold piece box.
Whip it
Are you
out.
sure? Should I? Okay. And I'll grab my bag of holding and I'll drag it up. And I'll
in the middle
and
of
I'll
this
open it up.
cramped room.
Yep. And I'll take out a portable RAM and I'll set it aside. And I'll take out a bunch of
Oh.
books, set them aside. I'll take out a dragon chest set, put that aside. Then I'll kind of like look in there, kind of rummage around for a second. Then I'll just tip it upside down and out will drop this 4-foot cube of solid blue, shiny, no seamed box.
What?
4-foot cube? That's right? 4 foot?
Yeah, it's like this blue, glowing, kind of shimmering box. Obviously magical, and it has absolutely no features whatsoever around it. It's just a cube, about the size of like a small filing cabinet.
Tenoch, have we asked you to look at this yet?
I don't think
we have.
Tenoch has seen it yet.
No, I haven't.
So this is
I
the
haven't
fucking
seen
box.
that.
Isn't
It's
this awesome?
beautiful. May I hold it?
No,
I don't think
It's
so.
mine.
Can you physically pick it up, honey?
Maybe not if it's big as a file cabinet. But
Yeah.
It's like a
Can
file
I-
cabinet.
It's kind of heavy too.
can I inspect it? What is it?
It's a
It's a
weapon.
big
I
shiny
think.
blue box.
I think we're supposed to put it in a catapult and shoot it at a ship, and it will take out the ship. But I just don't know.
That
Tenoch,
seems
Byron,
Byron,
really
what if
unlikely.
it's magic?
Oh, it's
It-
magic. It's
it
very
is.
magic.
It's very magic.
Yeah, I've had like 3 people
I
look
cast
at it.
identify on it.
You tawdry bink. I love bards.
That's what I was trying to get at
Nice.
Tenoch to do.
Yeah, I could have totally done that.
All right, so tell me a little
Make her
bit
spell the
about
plot.
tell me a little bit about what you are specifically trying to ascertain.
I want to know what it does.
Oh, okay, yeah. So you activate this spell. What does it look like when you use identify?
Well, when I cast it, it looks almost like little sparkles are kind of like suspended in the air and just kind of gently coat it. Almost, so it's all just kind of glittery for a moment.
Okay. Yeah, you place your hand on the box, and it's covered momentarily with this essence, this aura of glitter. And you ascertain that it does not require any sort of like attunement.
Okay.
But it does require a power word to activate it. And it is definitely some sort of a containment device.
Oh.
But it is strong. It's very strong magic. Unlike anything you've probably seen before.
Like a prison?
Probably. Probably. Welcome to the guild.
A prison of knowledge.
Byron, I think this is a prison.
A person?
A prison. Like it's
A present
like-
of what?
to keep something bad in.
Well,
Oh. Yeah, weapon
the way-
stuff.
the way I thought we were
Or
thinking about it is
Person,
that
maybe.
it's like it's protecting something.
The kind of thing that would unleash a horrible doom upon the world, maybe?
I mean, it could be like a demon, or it could be like an evil wizard, or it could be.
Inside the little box.
There's a lot of things that could be.
Well,
in
you
there.
just saw a lot of stuff come out of that bag, right? So
Yeah.
it's not exactly has
Magic
to
Yeah,
be
but-
is
the
fucking
same size
weird, man.
inside.
So I read in my magic training book that if you put something that can shrink space like that and something else that can shrink space, it blows up.
Yeah, and that hasn't happened.
So
Yeah,
and
you've
it
had
was
it
in
in
my
your sack.
shrinky space thing. So
Yeah.
Unless
Mm-hmm.
it's a contained demiplane, or perhaps some sort of other space folding.
should we shoot it at somebody's ship and see if it blows up the ship?
Here's the other thing is that the disruption in the space-time continuum from placing one device inside of another could have happened, and you are just not aware of it yet.
We're trapped in the event horizon of an ever-shrinking astral explosion. Delightful!
That explains
Congratulations,
why-
you ended Greyhawk, Byron.
That
Yep.
explains why one of Theo's hands is see-through now.
So Farah, when you did what you did there,
Better than a claw.
could you tell how it could be opened? Because I think I know what's in there, but we don't have any way to open it.
Well, what
I
do
don't
you
think it's all doom and
think's
gloom.
in there? Because something that's in prison, I kind of want to know what it is before I let it out.
Well, I always thought of it more as like a safe.
Yeah, it can't be opened.
What do you think's in the safe, Captain?
I mean, we know from the. I think it's Dralian's
Map?
wealth.
Secret stash.
Yeah.
I think it's mine.
Do you think it's a treasure vault?
Yeah.
Dave, does that sync with what I was feeling? Could it be a treasure vault, or
Mhm. Yeah, it could be. You're the basic gist of what you got is that it is holding something within. You don't know what that might be. It could, listening to what Rhunar is describing seems plausible.
well,
Knowing how we came about this, how we came to have this thing, and the man it came from, there's no reason to believe it's a portal to hell in a box. Let's just put it that way.
No, I've got one of those already. It's very different.
Does that answer your question? Should we roll again?
Yeah, let's roll again.
Yeah, let's roll
Yeah.
again.
it needs like an activation word.
Do you know
There's-
what that
there's-
is?
Oh, okay. Cool.
I
I will
don't
start
think
stuffing it back
so.
into my bag of holding.
We
Yeah, let's
couldn't
just
figure
let
it
that
out
let's
either.
let that breathe for a moment.
Who rolled
Someone
the
help
one?
me with this. This thing's heavy as hell.
Oh,
Theo will
boy.
help.
Oh,
Mhm.
I didn't roll this
Mhm.
time. Sorry.
Tenoch, you rolled a 1.
Oh yeah.
Feyre also rolled a 1. Rollies. Feyre and Tenoch roll off. And who rolled high?
Byron.
Byron.
Oh.
Double one.
All right,
Oh,
Byron.
wow.
You get to ask Feyre a question.
Feyre. Since you questioned me about my box, what do you think is the most valuable thing on your person?
Oh, I'm a person. Hmm. Well, probably my cloak.
What's special about your cloak?
And I snap my fingers, and that brown cloak it changes to like rich velvet, and like it's got this beautiful knotwork scrolling all over it. I don't know, it's kind of wondrous.
It just turns into whatever you want it to?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's
Oh.
pretty fucking cool, yeah.
Wow.
Wait, what do you mean it turns into anything you want? Could it turn into a...
Can it
goat?
turn into a blue robe?
I snap my fingers, and like a blue robe with a hood comes, and I pop the hood over myself. It's got like a lighter blue satin lining, and it hits all the way to the floor.
So it's a colorful changing cloak.
I guess.
Oh man, I feel like I just wasted my question. Let's roll again.
Drink! Nope.
Let me drink.
You all forget you drink more.
Ooh. 8, 8, 6, 10, and 9.
Oh.
So do we have to roll again? Fair.
Well, that
It
looks like Byron and Tenoch.
Byron and Tenoch.
Tenoch.
Oh, because we roll lowest
oh,
at
yeah, 'cause
6.
he...
Wait, what?
Who else
Yeah,
rolled a 6? I thought it
Byron
just-
rolled the highest, and then Tenoch rolled the lowest.
Yep.
What?
So Byron,
So Byron
gets to
asked
ask Tenoch a question.
Oh,
It's pretty
Yeah, you
simple.
rolled a
The
6
highest
earlier.
the highest roll gets to ask the lowest roll a question. So Byron, go ahead.
So Tenoch, when you were in the Ulman jungle, did you ever encounter the tentacle beast before we encountered it in Cyberdile?
nope.
Oh, okay. I guess
that
we
was
all drink
straightforward.
then?
Let's roll again. Ha
Rhunar.
Ooh, Rhunar and Byron. Hello, techie woman. Thanks for dropping in.
I think Byron's already answered. Let's just go to the captain.
Yep, agreed.
Oh, I rolled low anyway.
Oh, do I get to ask a
You
question?
do, Tenoch.
Yes, sir.
What would you like to know, Tenoch?
What do you fear most in this world?
Ooh, that's deep.
All my friends dying and me surviving.
It's not as bad as you think.
Oh, wow.
So I'm
Everybody
going to follow
drink.
up on that one. Is that an experience both of you have had?
Yeah, pretty close to it. Yeah.
Well, you know, I mean, none of them are real great people.
Depends on the people that you're friends with, I guess.
Yeah.
We're mostly great people, I assure you. Anyway, drink and dice. Drink.
All right.
Ooh, 10. 3 10s. I think a few of us need to roll again.
Yeah. Everybody rolled a 10. Re-roll. Byron, you're going to be the focus of this question, it looks like.
Oh no.
Rhunar.
Rhunar got it.
Oh my goodness. Wait, didn't Theo roll the lowest?
Well, we were rolling highest for who asks.
Yeah, we were rolling.
Oh, that was your second roll.
For,
You're asking
yeah,
Byron a question.
who get to ask.
Byron. Trying to think of a good one. The Seekers of the Arcane, are they active? Are they still?
I passed this question.
What the heck is up with that? The Secrets of the Arcane.
Are they in Narisban?
Passed this question.
That's fair. It is a secret society.
You're in a secret society?
I don't know what you're talking about.
That's not that secret.
Come on, Captain, hit him with something else.
Y'all have a lot of secrets from each other.
Why do you think I suggested we get everyone drunk and do this?
All right, I passed.
Well, I mean,
somebody
It's not
ask
like
Byron
you
a
should
question
say
then.
anything. You're the one with the fake name.
Wow.
He's a necromancer too.
First of all, it's classic. Okay, it is very cringy. I'm going to be honest, but it's too late to change. 2, I'm not a necromancer, except for that one trick.
He raises dead people from the grave. He makes spirits fight for us.
I do
He
not.
causes.
First of all, Tenoch is the one that has spirits that fight for him. Second of all, the thing with the spirits is only a temporary conscription if they fall into the blade, which usually means they're very bad people.
Mm-hmm. Okay, Odysseus.
I saw him make a dead guy fight with us.
Yeah, it was. He's done it a couple times, and it was.
It was super gross. It was so gross.
They're terrifying, but they're very helpful.
It was standing right next to me.
I'm actually, well, all right. We're still playing this Rollies game.
I think we should at this point, yes. But let's roll again.
You guys, I'm surprised you guys aren't digging deeper. You guys are being very kind to each other.
Mine was a really deep question.
No, that was a serious question.
I mean, they're serious, but
it looks like Tenoch and Rhunar has happened again. It has happened before. No. Tenoch, have you asked Feyre?
Do I need to ask Byron a question?
Yeah, you should ask Byron a question. I think that would be funny.
Well, I rolled a 1, so.
Yeah, but you've already been asked a question by him.
Oh, that's true.
Mm-hmm.
No repeats.
welcome to the guild, Caladencia? Oh my god. Yeah, Caladensama. Welcome.
Caladensama. Yep.
How much are we worth to you?
That hurts in my heart.
Roll a deception check.
I would die for you.
You want me to?
No, I was joking.
Yeah.
I will throw this blue box into the ocean in your name.
Whoa.
That's like
Aw.
10 grand.
And I believe him.
Speaking of which, let's put it back in the bag. Can we put
We
it back
just
in
put
the
it in the
bag now?
bag,
Theo
Captain.
helped me
You know-
already.
Here,
It's
here,
in
have
the
another
bag.
shot.
Byron, I like you a lot more after you said that.
The crew should not be.
Aw.
You're
see
a
that.
loyal friend.
That is also true.
Can't prove anything.
I'm gonna roll some bones again.
Tenoch
Tenoch
asks Theo.
Ask him about his
Okay.
name.
Hey. Don't make me start prying around about what I think I recall about a certain family name from a certain area.
Well, I have nothing to hide. That is my daddy.
Where did you find your sword?
Oh, that one's actually pretty straightforward. Relevant story. Rhunar, you remember when the Kielish military was doing actions against the Sea Princes 5 years ago, right?
Yeah, I was involved in that.
Remember when they impressed merchant vessels in to be part of the fleet?
I'm sure they did a lot of that, yeah.
So there was a battle against the Sea Princes. The ship I was on was part of it. The ship didn't survive. No one else that I found survived. I washed up on a lonely shore, kind of by myself in the middle of the night. There was a ghost of an old knight on the island, and he asked me to help set him free and see his oath fulfilled, and that required him to pass the sword on to someone else. And there was an oath involved, and the terms were all do good and do what is right, serve that crown which shines brightly, those sorts of things. And how do you say no to that? So I took the oath, and then I had the sword, and he disappeared, and rescue ship showed up the next day. That's not that interesting.
I didn't know some of that story.
Wait, so like, what was the caveat? Like, well, like you have to do good, and what's the catch?
I mean, do good and do right, and if called upon by the order to serve the crown, of course I would have to call. I still haven't been able to find the knightly order, and I've been looking for a few years now.
Which crown?
The crown of Aerdi, the Great Kingdom, which also doesn't currently exist.
Are they necromancers?
I think
At
that's
this point, it
like a
sounds like
god.
yes.
Isn't it? Arity?
No, it's a kingdom. I'm reasonably certain it's a kingdom.
All right.
It's also a kingdom, from all the stories I know, that is in the throes of some ignoble internal conflict.
But when they call, you have to go leave.
Yes. But let's keep going. Let's do drinking and more dice. Yes.
Let's do this because it's getting late in the night. Let's go ahead and go around. Each of us will have an opportunity to ask a question of anyone they want to ask. And we're going to
Lightning round.
start. Who wants to start? You have one question of one individual in the group.
I have a question for Theo.
Okay.
Theo, I don't know if you've put any more thought into this, and I noticed you've been spending a bunch of time in the cabin, doing stuff. Don't ask me how I know this. Are you trying to figure out how to get to hell so we can save Urine?
No, I actually kind of already know how to do that. I'm working on teleportation magical theory. Although that will, in most likely be useful during that particular endeavor because it's how we get the fuck out of hell.
Okay, I had a second thought, and this is an idea I had when we run into the devil. I put my...
What?
We get around.
It's a long story.
Oh yeah. By the way, there's this whole other thing.
All right, you want to get to hell, and you're looking for a plan for the devil, like the
There's a-
devil.
There's a bit of a
Apis,
side quest.
one of the many devils.
That's a quest.
He's a
Um,
mid to. We don't actually know what level he is in the hierarchy
I think
of hell.
he's a mid to high tier,
It's not
but
like
who knows?
the devil.
Yeah,
like the
I
main
think there's
guy.
devils that we have to kill in addition to him. But going back though, when we get to him, I had this idea where we take a bag of holding and another bag of holding, and we put them in together right into him.
We'll workshop that.
I read about it in my Magic Theory book.
But you probably don't want to be anywhere around that when that happens, right?
I'll do it.
Byron, roll a Constitution saving throw.
I feel like Byron's Magic Theory book is the Greyhawk version of
The Dummy's Guide.
drunk
It's kind
of drunk
to
history.
magic.
Yeah.
It's drunk magic history.
16. How many drinks do you think you've had?
Well, I'm keeping pace, but I had a couple extra
Mm.
when they were asking me about something earlier. I'm too drunk to remember.
All right, now roll a d10.
In character.
Roll a d10.
The secrets, maybe?
Who's next for a question? You can ask anybody you want in the group. Oh.
I'll ask Feyre a question.
All right.
For what would you burn the world?
My little brother. But thankfully, he is safe and at home.
At this point, hearing that, Byron's going to start weeping.
Theo's gonna reach over. It's like, it's okay, big guy. It's okay.
Yes.
She just
Aw.
misses her brother. I'm so sorry I didn't trust you.
It's okay. It's okay. Pat, pat, pat.
I miss people too.
I miss some of my siblings. Not all of them.
Oh, Theo, you're alone too. No, I'm so sorry.
Byron, I've got you. I've got Sales. I've got Tenoch. I've got the captain. I've got Kalistani. I've got
Oh,
Sales.
you
I
think
just-
you have sales? He does not like you.
You guys hate
I mean,
me.
not like.
Oh,
Were
yeah.
you thinking?
I got a question. Theo,
Yeah.
who is Sales and how did you meet her?
Excellent fucking question. I pointedly don't ask that question. People come to the sea for their own reasons, and unless they volunteer it, you just accept what they offer. I don't know where she's from. We just watch each other's backs.
So she's just a friend that you met on the road?
Well, on a ship, but yes.
Why is she so angry?
I don't
not- she's
fucking
not.
ask. However, I imagine being a sailor on a ship full of dudes,
No,
we're
that's
fucking
fair.
disgusting. I mean, we only don't smell because of magic. And that's a luxury
Thank
most
God for
ships do not have.
prestidigitation, right?
Yeah. That is not extended to the crew, although it probably should be.
It should be.
Prestidig-
Daily
Old
prestidigitation.
Been
Yeah,
in their quarters lately.
I have. I
It's
cleaned
not.
them occasionally.
Does anyone else want to ask a question who hasn't yet?
Or hasn't asked a question yet. Neither has Feyre. Did Feyre ask a new question for this last round?
This is the last round. So, Feyre, you have a question, and I think Tenoch?
Nope, I asked.
Nope, you
Feyre.
asked.
I think I
Whatever.
asked
So I think-
everybody a question, though.
All right.
Did you
Well,
ask
then.
Theo a question?
I don't think I got asked a question.
Oh, no, you're right. Maybe I didn't ask Deg a question.
Make it count. This is the last one.
So what's the deal with the pearl?
Which one?
Which,
The
which
big one, the captain's pearl.
Well, where do I start? Well, where did we get that pearl? Okay, well, we were looking for the doctor, and his trail led us to a village.
So who's the doctor?
Before we met you, oh, this is a long story. I don't know if we can. Essentially, we recovered it from a camp of gnolls. You know what those are?
I've read.
Large
before.
hyena-looking creatures. And after a big battle, we found it in their camp.
They're shitty.
They're big.
All right.
mean, they got sharp teeth.
Is that the black pearl or the regular pearl?
Well,
There's the thunder.
Mm-hmm. Storm's rolling in here in
Heard
Minnesota.
that at the same time.
I also have a black pearl that I recovered off a pirate ship that I sacked.
That was
Oh.
from earlier.
Yeah, I was
That was
curious.
from
I was
much
confused.
earlier.
What pearl are you asking about, Farah? There's a lot of
Well,
pearls.
Earlier,
Well-
Byron had said that the most valuable thing was possibly Rhunar's
Oh, got it.
pearl.
Got
I,
it.
think, I
Yeah.
imagine
Okay.
that's what you're probably getting at.
Yeah.
So you were on a pirate ship?
No,
No,
I was
you
on a
s-
boat that got attacked by pirates, and 5 of us lived.
Oh.
And when I searched the captain's quarters, I found a bag of black pearls. And I still have a couple of them.
I guess the universe kind of balances everything out.
And according to my notes, the black opal is worth more than the pearl.
With that said, though, I cashed all those in for gold, so we don't.
All the pearls too?
I mean, they're kind of lumped into the budget now.
We
so
want to keep the pearls.
I think they're
All components.
So
they're
what?
in there, but
Yeah,
they're
we
not
need
gold
to-
yet.
We need to keep the pearl, at least one of the pearls.
We got pearls. Don't worry.
Okay.
So what are y'all doing like next? Where are we going? What are you
Well,
doing?
we're on our we're on our way to Narisban.
And what's a Narisban? A
A
doorway to hell? I mean,
Well-
No, that's something completely different. We're
Good
gonna
guess,
find
though.
one else.
Yeah.
a
that's just
monstrous
side
entity
quest.
that's worse than anything in the
Well-
entire world? What is
Yeah.
Practically speaking, we're
Yeah,
going to
that
sell
tracks.
a bunch of cargo.
That's
when
more
we get there.
reasonable.
And we're
Uh-huh.
looking for a captain in a ship.
Yep.
What captain and what ship?
The greater quest revolves around our blue box,
Yep.
our
We're-
old friend Aubric Dralian,
We're looking for some ruins that
and some business
Uh,
that he was involved
basically the end of the world was born in.
with. I don't
Think.
remember all. I don't know where all the doom and gloom is coming from, but
I'm
From the
sorry,
space
Rhunar.
stars.
Oh,
you know,
You hate me. I
There,
know
there.
you do. I'm sorry.
Byron, I don't hate you. I think you're a little impulsive sometimes, but I don't hate you.
I'll stop. I'm
It's
sorry.
no, we channel
No,
it
don't
into
stop.
good ends. We channel-
Don't stop.
Well-
It usually works out well. Don't
I think
don't
this has
listen
been
to me.
been a really good night. I'm
Listen
gonna
to me,
go
but don't listen.
pass out. As Theo pointedly tries to leave without asking any questions.
Eventually, the 5 of you disperse and find your quarters. Some of you probably more intoxicated than others. But you do all find eventually rest. And the next days pass with really no sort of incident, no indication that you're continuing to be followed by the pirates that you duped in your plan. You do eventually know that you are coming to the end of your journey, with Narisban only a day or two away. And on the last night of the journey, It's a calm night on the azure sea. Clear sky. The twin moons of Luna and Selene are at rest. Instead, you see, as the sun drops below the horizon, thousands upon thousands of stars shining above the ocean. It's beautiful. For those of you who are so inclined, it is breathtaking. A welcome sight to yourselves, your crew members, your crewmates, as this voyage draws to an end. Tomorrow you arrive in Narisban, but for now the night's beauty draws your gaze. You look upon it, and eventually, this is a completely different night than what we just went through. Eventually you make your way to your quarters, perhaps with thoughts of your plans for what you might endeavor to investigate or seek out, or perhaps some of you are thinking of cargo to sell. Perhaps some of you are thinking about crew members to pay. Others of you are perhaps thinking about adventures to undertake, but you eventually drift off to sleep, each of you in your own way, in your quarters. Your crew member and roommate, Feyre, sails snoring, sleeping with one eye open, always kind of watching, very creepily. The rest of you settling in and drifting off to sleep. But only momentarily. Eventually, just as you kind of drift over that cusp of like unconsciousness in REM, you are roused from your slumber by shouts from the deck. One by one, you emerge onto the ship's deck. And as you do, you are greeted by this blazing, bright light in the sky, a massive comet tearing through the night, leaving behind it this tail of crimson red, illuminating the ocean, sparkling in its aftermath. For minutes, you see this line of the trajectory of this comet passing through the sky. The crew members immediately, Rhunar, you notice that they are distraught, concerned, and rumors begin to be passed amongst the crew members. Everybody is awake and on deck at this point. It's almost as if it's daytime as this comet flies through the night. And with that, my friends, we will end tonight's session.
That's a good omen, right?
Yeah. No, that's not. That's never a good omen.
We got daylight at night. Vampires beware.
We're not talking about the vampires.
The comet missed our planet.
Tenoch.
We're alive.
Tenoch. You amongst the crew recognize this. It is reminiscent of the vision, the Zelberry blossom vision that you had in Lambakaya. The colors, the tearing of the sky, as it would appear, bring you back to that moment. And that's where we're going to go ahead and end, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. If you are still with us, thank you. We appreciate that. And gosh, we would just like to make sure that we let you know about a couple of things that we're doing. We are currently raising some funds for the American Red Cross, who is doing everything they can to help out people who have been affected by the tornadoes in the central part of the United States. Please, if you are able to, consider donating. Even a couple of dollars can help them out. Thank you, Darth, for your donation, and others. We certainly appreciate that. Thanks for the raid to Lord Gazumba and the folks who joined us from that stream. much appreciated. We have been showing off. I'm going to jump back over to it. Actually, we've been showing off our brand new character art that was created by Bravo, a dear friend and a wickedly creative artist who I don't know how I don't understand how artists work, but amazing. Our team supplied some really basic descriptions, and I'm gonna just go ahead and say, like, they nailed the artwork. It's so good. Like, Rhunar, I mean, that's exactly what I thought Rhunar looked like.
Yep.
Theo, good lord, look at that sword. So good. Byron and his little baboon buddy Chuck. Tenoch with the long dreadlocks and the tiger mask, and just freaking ripped. Keep in mind, folks, he's a wizard that will pummel you with fists if given the opportunity. And our newest crew member, Farah, who has quickly, I would say, sort of made her way into the inner circle of the Deg Gang, as you might expect from such a charismatic and, well, quite useful, to be frank, individual. So that's pretty awesome. One last plug here. We are going to be giving away a copy of the Countess von Zarevich supplement for the Curse of Strahd campaign, where you can use this to essentially give, what did I say earlier, a goose to the Curse of Strahd campaign. And it's a 62-page PDF with a bunch of new NPCs, alternative Tatiana Strahd backstory, which I'm sure is super juicy, micro events, new encounters, a witch's coven? I didn't see that before. Historical villainous women, a compendium of them.
What's not to like?
I mean, this is amazing.
I'm there.
If you're interested,
Probably
in,
a number of things.
Yeah, I mean, you don't want to encounter them necessarily, but
Right.
if you're a DM, you want to throw these at
yeah.
your party. Let's see, where are the giveaway details? We'll try to figure out this stream elements thing. I don't know why they keep shutting off, but there's the details. If you want to enter the drawing, ! Drawing, jump in there. We're going to go ahead and do that in just a moment. You guys, thank you for another awesome session. Next
Thank you.
week, we will arrive in Narisban, or Narisban, depending on the night.
Narisban.
Yeah, right.
As the
A lot of
locals
different ways.
say.
Narisban.
Depends on where you're from, right, and what language you're speaking. But we will start the encounter with arrival. If there's anything that you also want to sort of follow up on with this strange celestial event, we can do that as well. But in the meantime, let's go ahead and, let's draw a winner for tonight's giveaway. I don't even remember how that works. There we go.
Buttons.
Ashley, why don't you give us a 5-second countdown? Everybody get in there and enter to win. ! Drawing. Go ahead, Ashley.
Okay. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go.
Here we go. Cardman 2467. Thanks for coming back. Thanks for being with us. You've been here before. We appreciate you. I will send you a whisper or a message or whatever they're called, and with the download link. Thanks for being here, everybody. We really appreciate it. Does anybody have, why don't we go ahead, let's go around and introduce ourselves one more time, say who we are. If there's anything you want to promote, please do that. Meanwhile, I'm going to look for someone to raid.
Hey, everybody. My name's Michael. I'm on the internet and also play these games. That's mostly me. I have nothing big I am pushing for right now, but I think Kirk does.
Oh, yes. My name is Kirk. I am playing Byron Hern, the rogue. You saw me today, maybe. I don't know. You might have. You might not have. You might just be getting here for the giveaway. And I like turtles.
Was that your
Okay.
announcement?
That was awesome.
What's up? What's
Yes,
up,
you're
everybody? My
wondering.
name's Andy. I play Rhunar Deg on this game here. I also play Stieg Egilson in our Thursday game. And Andy G3D on Twitch.
Yeah.
Hey, it's me, Chad. I'm playing Tenoch Knucklebones here. I DM the Thursday night Midwinter Keening game. You can find me on Twitter at RealCMG and also at Guild Superior. I have we have a module for sale on the DriveThruRPG, a kind of dark revelry.
Fucking badass.
It's a fun little one-shotty guy. That's all I got.
Totally worth the $3. Go get it.
It is awesome. All right, guys. Thank you so much. We're going to
There
go
it
ahead
is.
and raid Stella Luna. Did everybody, Ashley, did you get a chance to say anything?
No,
Say something.
I am
Say
Ashley. I'm
something.
Minnesota Muse on Twitch. I play on Thursdays too. Come on by and say hi. And yeah, let's raid some people.
Let's do it. We're going to raid
Boy,
Stella
just
Luna.
Raiding.
So
Stella.
please
We're
join us,
raiding.
everybody. Let's see if I can make this happen. There we go. We do
We're
have a raid
burning.
emote, so let's use it. Let's do a raid emote on these folks and let them know where we came from, who we are. We love you all. Thank you so much. We'll see you next time. Bye.